something to see, like a rock. And I stood arrow straight, unencumbered by the weight of all these hustlers and their schemes. I stood proud, I stood tall, high above it all. I still believed in my dreams.
Our phone numbers are 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255. Or find us on Facebook at Nationwide News Network and follow us on Twitter at Cliff Nationwide. You can also listen to Cliff Hughes online live on the World Wide Web at nationwideradiojm.com or via the Nationwide 90 FM app on your mobile phone.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock, like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me, like a rock. I was something to see, like a rock. And I stood arrow straight, unencumbered by the weight of all these hustlers and their schemes. I stood proud, I stood tall, high above it all. I still believed in my dreams.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. 10:03 a.m. on this day that the Lord has made, and we're all happy. Well, I'm certainly happy to be here this morning. It's Monday, September 15, 2025, and you are live on Nationwide 90 FM. So, the World Championships in Tokyo well underway, and Jamaica's athletes have already made their presence felt. We have medals to show for our efforts so far, with the promise of much, much more to come over the next few days. Of course, because of our coverage of the World Championships, our morning program has been bumped from the schedule, and that will continue all the way through to the last day of this week, working week, which is Friday. Well, working week is whenever you have work to do, not necessarily Monday to Friday, but it will continue through the week. And then next Monday is when that morning show will be back on air. So for now, for this week, current affairs and politics and the things that you love to talk about will start properly at 10 a.m. when Cliff Hughes Online starts. I'll be here on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tyrone will be here on Friday. And then by next Monday, the Eagle would have landed. And Clifton Hughes, OD, will be back here to keep your company. So much to talk about on this morning. I see Kevin has given me the soft lights this morning. You know, I see so many of our listeners inside Coronation Market on a Saturday. And you know, one of the things they always say to me, Kevin, they must say, boy, you're much better looking in person, man. If I had $1 for every time I heard that. You know? So people, they might try to hold me down in the studio, and they might try to hold me down. So they give me some horrible lighting to make me look bad. Yeah? But the ladies really appreciate when they see. I book up a young lady. I just gone to buy my coconut water. So I was coming and she made eye contact with me from about 10 meters between us, and I was walking towards her, and she was looking like she said, and she said, Mr. Davis, and I said, good morning, and she was just lost in my eyes. But always good to meet you wherever you are. I met a listener who said he lives in London, but he listens every day. Everywhere I go, I meet a nationwide listener, and it is really good to see each and every one of you, and so many women, and young men, young women, men who could be my father, women who could be my mother, and other age groups, and we so appreciate your help and your support. Yeah, I always speak of it every time I get the chance. When people say, Lord George, you're curry favor with the listeners. They don't want me to curry favor with. No, most my listeners, man. I love my listeners. Every cussing, yeah, every correction, everything. The nationwide listener, something special. And we treat you like that because we know you have our back. And we've been through some tough times. And you've been right there with us. And there are more tough times to come. And we'll know you won't abandon us, or as country people say, never abandon we. Yeah? Never abandon we at all. Yeah? Excellent. All right. So here's the thing now. The swearing in of the Prime Minister on Tuesday. Listeners, I can tell you that there are some rumblings behind the scenes about what I understand, reliably informed, a series of planned, coordinated events. In this profession, you are taught and counseled to not give oxygen to planned disruptions of people's daily lives. So, you should not say it before it happens. You report on it after, but you don't give it oxygen. So I'll try my best to tell you what I know without giving oxygen to what is being planned. But I've been made to understand very reliably, that a series of actions are planned for Tuesday to coincide with Wholeness, Dr. Andrew Michael Wholeness, stepping forward to take his oath of office, to be sworn in rather, for a fourth time. And all I'll say is this, and I've said already, in this country, Jamaica, we are very special. I maintain when Jamaicans are good, we're better than every other national of every other country on the face of this earth. When we're bad, we're worse than the worst anywhere. And there are some of us who take this partisan consideration to such depths that we will stop at nothing. Even after you go to the country and the country is asked a question and the question is answered, people still not satisfied with the answer. And they're there, they have hammer, they have chisel, they have fire, and they're hammering away, trying to create holes in this boat called Jamaica, because it will sink, because their captain is not at the wheel. Anything can go so? But that's the reality. People who take rabid politicking to a different level. And you know how I know how serious this thing is? The attacks that we come under here, and we speak about them because they are incessant, the attacks. You have family calling from overseas, very concerned about your own safety, when you yourself are saying, well, I'm doing my work, and they are very concerned about it because of what they see and hear on social media. I saw a little man on the social media the other day talked himself hoarse because of some things that were said here. And that's just a sample of the way people are in this moment. Project Jamaica now demands focus. There is a lot of work to be done. There are many roads to be repaired. Many that have been repaired that need repairing again. The water projects still continue. There's a need for development in so many areas. Education needs critical attention just the same. Life has moved on from September 3. Some people haven't, still stuck at September 3. I can give a pass to those who are celebrating, whether you're celebrating your MP, so your Labourite MP win or your Comrade MP win and you're happy and still celebrating, no problem with that. But those of you who are stuck in that vat of bile, everything around you bitter. Yes? You're drinking a cup of sugar and water, it's bitterish. Honey tastes bitter to you. Sugar tastes salty. Just because what you wanted to happen on September 3 did not. Have to move on. The country has to move on. And the country will move on. And the swearing is set for tomorrow, Tuesday. That too shall happen. And then we'll have to move on. So, if you want to lather yourself into rage, as they say, if you want to eat the sun or nyam the sun and dark up the place, to what end? What will it profit you? And so, that thing I heard about this morning, which I have not kept to myself, based on word I got, I was duty bound to pass it on to the authorities. And this thing has its origin in eastern Jamaica. Not eastern St. Andrew, no. Eastern Jamaica, the eastern side. And the investigators, the state agencies, I believe, are doing their work already to head off what some are planning to do tomorrow to mark their displeasure with what happened on September 3. Boy, Jamaicans, how could so many of us allow bitterness and bile to reduce us? It's troubling. But I take a break and I'll come right back.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My My walk had purpose. My steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right.
The Time brought to you by the Ministry of Science, Energy, Telecommunications and Transport. Fueling growth everywhere is
10:15.
The following hurricane tip is brought to you by Domus Windows and Doors. Have a ground assessment done for the property. When this is done, the soil type that your property is built on is determined, and you would then know how susceptible your home would be to ground movements and if landslides are a possibility. The preceding hurricane tip was brought to you by Domus Windows and Doors. Telephone 876-619-1223.
Do it for your best life, do it. Go check your HIV status, do it. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me I tell you if you do it for you, do it for you. Every time you are link with a condom, coulda Ozzy, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Condom connect and protect your profile. Be your own fan. Do it for your best life. Do it for your best life. Do it. Don't put yourself at risk. Condom connect every time. Do it for your best life.
My hands were steady. My eyes were clear and bright. My walk.
Welcome back to Cliff Hughes Online here on Nationwide 90 FM on this Monday, September 15, 2025. May I say thank you to Shelley Ann Fraser Price for all she's done for this wonderful country, for all she's done for her community, for all she has done for her alma mater, for all she's done for our alma mater, the University of Technology Jamaica, for all she has done for every little girl, every woman, every little boy, every man. And, in this day and age where epithets and titles and honor is just thrown around like confetti. Everything is great and everybody is great and everybody is this and legend this and queen that. Shelley Ann Fraser Price firmly deserves the highest accolades that you could give to an athlete of any gender for her sustained excellence. And we're lucky to have been blessed with her. I was at the barber last evening and the barber was saying that, boy, what went wrong? And I said, what went wrong? What went wrong? Mrs. Fraser Price is among the 8 fastest women in the world at her age. And he said, oh yeah, true, and I never look on it that way. And I said, well, there you go. It's perspective for you, son. Yeah? What she has achieved already, those others are now chasing. And it is highly unlikely that they will reach. That's how difficult what she has achieved is to accomplish. Highly unlikely that even one will equal what she has achieved. So what she has done already, the other 7 women are trying to accomplish. So think about it that way and you realize what we're dealing with. For every Jamaican over there in Tokyo, we wish you all the very best. Now back to the politics. When you look at the individuals who will take their seat inside Gordon House, not too long from now, perhaps next week at this time, the parliamentary session, the parliament will be in session, if not next week, certainly by the last week in September. And I can tell you, I had this conversation with our reporters at our meeting on Friday last. And I said to them that I know many of you got weary during the election campaign. And you were left enervated by the whole campaign and just the emotional toll it took. And by the way, enervated is one of those words that don't mean what it sounds like it means. Energized, no. It would be the opposite. But they were left enervated by it all. I said to them, well, I hope you're resting now. Because if you think you're riding emotional roller coaster yet, if you think you've heard incredible claims made, barefaced lies told, and just a spirit of uncivility possessing some individuals, you better rest now, because when the parliament start, that will be magnified by at least 10. And so I'm preparing myself to be surprised when certain actors don't act according to the script. I'm imagining that they are now writing and will be enacting when they sit inside Gordon House. It is going to be a bumpy ride. There's going to be noisy, it's going to be unruly. It will be a test of the democracy. It will also be an advertisement for the democracy. How strong the democracy is. How people's choices in the individual seats, how they use that privilege, and whether parliamentary privilege is used fully, honestly, earnestly, or if it's abused for political gain. I have an idea where my money would lie if I were to bet on a likely outcome. But Parliament will not be normal when things get rolling. You know, I want Jamaicans to take a step back. I want all of us to be committed to honesty and integrity. And one of the ways I describe and define honesty and integrity is this way. Honesty for me is telling the truth about something to somebody else. It takes many forms, so that's not the only definition. But I think that is the core of the definition of honesty. It's when you tell the truth to somebody else. Integrity is when you tell the truth to yourself. That for me is the honesty integrity paradigm. And I want us to celebrate the people who speak truthfully to us. I don't want us to demonize those who don't speak the truth to us. I want us to encourage them. Here's a Star Wars reference now. Encourage them to stray, to avoid the dark side. Encourage them to come into the light. Encourage them to be truthful as best as we can. But hold to account every woman, every man who is honest in their dealings in public office, and who, by virtue of their honesty, telling us the things that are truthful, is then living up to the integrity that makes truth-telling something second nature, like breathing. This election campaign has shown that there are many people who believe that if you dislike someone or something, if you tell enough lies, you can mash it down, you can tear it down, you can destroy it. Thank God, beg your pardon, thank God that there are even more people who believe in this thing called truth, in honesty and integrity and in decency. I think, listeners, viewers, that decency was on life support before September 3. I think the vital signs are good now. But there's going to be a daily battle for decency to live, to thrive, to be able to walk on its own, to be able to run, to live a decent life. Decency is like a thing. And I see and hear so much thrown at decency. We want to kill off decency. so that we can be in a position to make decency live again. And me ask again how that can make sense. When we have an electoral system that we tell the world is dodgy, is unfit for purpose, what do we think the world will say? Will the world say that, oh, it's the government in charge, that charge is being laid against? No. The charge is against the country. So when you take over the country, the stain remains. The skid mark can't wash out of the brief. And that's the truth. So the soul of Jamaica, it needs people who are good faith actors. So you love yourself, you love your family, you love your neighbor, you love your children, you love your neighbor's children. If we have that sense of community, if you can disagree with a man, your brethren, still drink a beer with him later. If you drink beer, you still go buy lunch with him. You still love your brethren just the same, even though you have different views. Why is it that we make partisan politics threaten to divide us into a nation of two distinct peoples? Why would we want to do that? Why is it that if you and I have different views politically, you determine that, oh, you don't believe what I believe in, alright, me hate you. You feel dead. That's what so many want this country to become. If you don't agree with me, you feel dead. Nationwide suffers from a lot of that. A lot of that. Internet warriors, keyboard warriors, say and do all kinds of things. And I never knew I'd live to see a day in Jamaica where the dunce is celebrated. You see, I said some things on Nationwide this morning, a few days ago, about the dunces. And man, predictably, some people are lose their mind reacting to it. It's not lie, me tell. I wasn't being unfair. The facts are there for people to see. So I say to Jamaicans this morning as I finish my little section and open the lines to hear from you. What do you want for this country? Do you want to preserve this democracy? Do you want to be able to live freely, think freely, express yourself freely? Then if you do, why would you deny those things to somebody else? The two of us see things differently. Why we can't just get along and carry on with life? Why me have to dead? Because I see things different from you. We must not, and we must fight hard. The ones who hate so strongly that they would trade away even their mothers to get what they want politically. We must use love and purge them of these negative sentiments, these negative feelings. Make we kill them with love. The group of us, the colony of us, the army of us who mean Jamaica well is bigger and more powerful and more influential than that other army who can only love Jamaica if for them party in power. As I told you before, if on September 4 the election result had gone differently, you know what I would have had to do on September 4? Wake up and come and work same way. September 3, the night of September 3, I got back here so late. It never makes sense to go home. Because it was like after 1 in the morning, I saw Chevron here, Cara here, they were working on the news. And they were here from before day, as my granny would say, on September 3. I myself was here from after 4 September 3. So after 1, the day after, I still never got me out yet. And I just slept in my office. Lock the door, turn off the light and just sleep 3.5 hours. Wake up 5. Look over the morning news. Ready again. I would have done the same thing if the result had been different, because the result would have reflected what Jamaica wanted. And I would have loved my country no less. I would have had no hate, no more hate than I have now. And I don't have no hate in me. Because it's my country. And I don't understand some of you. And you're raising children. And you want respect. You want friendship. You want relationships. But you only want it a certain kind of way. It's sad. And it is to be resisted. And love is what we're going to use. Love. Because hate against hate equal disaster. We're going to really prove that love conquers all. After the break, your calls.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light.
Mark's a superstore, Lionel Town into Portland Cottage Bear Clarendon has all your hardware needs.
Visit our expanded showroom today and shop at leisure for your building materials, furniture, and appliances.
Take advantage of the 10% discount every Thursday on all brands cooking gas.
The Time by Mark's Superstore, helping you build dreams from the ground up, is
10:33.
Eclipse Enterprise is your go-to source for billiards, amusement machines, and electronics. Telephone 876-960-3891. The temperature by Eclipse Enterprise is...
Kevin says 34 degrees Celsius in Kingston, 31 degrees Celsius in Montego Bay, and 30 degrees Celsius in Mandeville.
Outperform, outlast. We top performance. Jackama. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fancy select tools, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Ever wondered how to spot a scam before it drains your account? Or how Jamaica's top financial crime fighters track down the money? Join the Financial Investigations Division on Nationwide this morning, every first and third Friday at 8:20 a.m. for FID in Action, an informative, engaging feature designed to keep you and your money safe. Learn practical tips to help you spot, prevent, and report financial crimes. Understand how the FID protects the financial system. That's FID in Action, protecting you, preventing financial crime. On Nationwide this morning, every first and third Friday at 8:20 a.m. Brought to you by the Financial Investigations Division.
Phone numbers are 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255.
Back with you on Hughes Online this morning. Just looking at my preliminary results sheet from the EOJ. We all know about the PNP and JLP, of course. I no need to repeat any numbers from either of those two parties. But for the JPP, or the other candidates, let's just call it collectively other candidates, two JPP candidates noteworthy in the elections because they were the only two candidates other than JLP or PNP candidates who managed to crack the 100 vote mark in constituencies. The candidate other than PNP or JLP, the only two of them managed to get 100 or more votes, and they were both JPP candidates. Orlando Robinson, the JPP candidate in Northwest St. Andrew, got 114 votes. Dwayne Smith won with 6,546, JLP. Ethne Miller Simpson from the PNP got 4,443, and Orlando Robinson got 114. That's the most votes for a candidate other than JLP or PNP candidate on the day. Second highest went to the man in East Kingston and Port Royal, George Williams. He got 104 votes. Paul Wells, 6,255. Courtney Burnett, 1,472. George Williams, 104 in East Kingston and Port Royal. And then there was a noteworthy showing in context from Gilbert Edwards of the JPP again in Southwest St. Catherine. He got 97 votes. Warmington, of course, with a nation-leading 10,607 votes. Kirkwall, 8,488. In fact, let me tell you, let me just make sure. So I'm just looking through again to confirm a statistic here that I was certain that statistic was significant. Well, let me just confirm. And so far, it looks as if it holds. I'm going to tell you what the stat is in very, very short order. Leafing through the 63 constituencies here. And 8,000. I'm trying to see which candidates polled over 8,000 votes and lost. So far, 4 candidates polled over 8,000 votes and lost. And 5 candidates polled over 8,000 votes and lost. Well, 6 candidates polled over 8,000 votes and lost. Let me tell you who they are. Of the 6 candidates who got more than 8,000 votes and did not win, Patrick Peterkin of the PNP, he pulled out 8,498 votes, but was still short of Juliet Holness, 9,364 in East Rural St. Andrew. So 8,498 for Patrick Peterkin, one of 6 candidates to poll 8,000 votes and not be able to come home. Yeah? Southwest St. Catherine, Dr. Kurt Wall, medical doctor, outstanding man. He found 8,488 votes in Southwest St. Catherine, but fell short of Warmington, 10,607. So well beaten in the end, but when you find 8,000 votes in an election, you're historically you're not supposed to be in the losing end, but Dr. Wall came up short. So 2 that and 2 PNP candidates finding 8,000 plus and not being able to come home. Omar Woodbine in Western St. Mary, he found 8,451 voters who liked him, but it was well short of Montague's 9,394. So the third one over 8,000 who lost, all PNP candidates so far. Let's go further. And the other 8,000 vote person, Cian Barneswell, found 8,013 in Southeast Clarendon. No match for Pernell Charles Jr., 9,515. So 4 over 8,000 and lost, 4 PNP. Let's go forward. Miranda Wellington, 8,462. The 5th 8,000 plus losing candidate on election day, the 5th PNP candidate. Yeah, and the only Labour-Right candidate who found over 8,000 votes but could not win was George Wright in Central Westmoreland. 8,385. Dwayne Vaz, 9,916. So 6 candidates polling 8,000 votes and more, over 8,000 votes in the election and losing, 5 of them from the PNP. The only one outside was George Wright from the GLP in Central Westmoreland. And to put it in context, Zuleika Jess from the PNP, she polled 8,331 in St. Elizabeth Northeast. She won. Bunting got 8,573 in Southern Manchester. He won. Audrey Marks got 8,139 in Northeast Manchester. She won. So I'm just showing you that when you find 8,000 plus votes in an election and lose, it just shows you how difficult the scale of the task in front of you. I'm being told about Central Manchester. Let me just look quickly here. Donovan Williams would have also... Mitchell, beg your pardon. We keep on saying Donovan Williams. Donovan Mitchell, Central Manchester, 8,916. So 7 candidates. Thank you for that, Kimon. 7 candidates. Tawna. Thank you, Tawna. 7 candidates went over the 8,000 mark and came up short. And 6 of them are from the PNP. Mitchell, 8,916. Rhoda Crawford, 9,098. Yeah? So, usually you hit 8,000, you cook with gas. But not in 7 constituencies in the September 3 general elections. Alright? I see people in the chat saying Anvaz. Hold on there. So that would make it 8 and 2 JLP. Let me see. Where is Portland? So this is difficult with doing this thing on the live, you know. I never thought about it before I came on this morning, or I would have found all of them. 8,181, Nora says. So it's now what, Nora? 8 and 6 PNP and 2 JLP. So Anvaz found 8,000 plus, still couldn't come home. 8,000 plus, still couldn't come home. 8 people in the election, 6 of them on the PNP side. All right, let me go to the phones. Ian, good morning.
Morning, George. How are you doing?
Doing good enough, man. How you doing?
I'm good enough. I have not spoken since the election. I said I'd give you a call. I heard you on this morning. I would have won my bet with you, though.
To say what?
That Montague would have retained his seat.
But you never bet me.
Oh, yes, the bet in June, July, I think. Yes, I don't forget the orange juice, man.
Oh, yes, you did. Yes. You're right, my boss. You're right.
So, you know, I am very happy that the election has passed and the bill is now settled and looking in for the swearing. I'm wondering if the leader of opposition will be present, because I know he's good at missing important meetings. But looking forward for that. But, you know, one of the things, though, George, I'd love to see the cabinet shape in such a way that we are doing well with crime fighting. Of course, you know, we know what the challenges are with the education system. We keep building on that. But I want to see more in the field of agriculture.
What's the more? Give me the more that you want to see. Break it down for me.
More, for instance, I would want to see a stronger team, because I think agriculture, we can have more being done in terms of producing. So,
all right,
rather than just Floyd Green.
And Frank Witter, yes.
And Frank Witter, yes. I would want to, you know what you said, the ministers in agriculture is always some sense a little bit. That's something I don't really necessarily agree with. And I would suggest to the Prime Minister, Floyd Green, along with Robert Miller, through the Senate as junior minister and the Minister of Agriculture, along with Floyd Green, to see how well he could boost agriculture there. Because
hold on now, Ian. You're a reasonable man and a sensible man. Look, reason this out now. So if it is that both Frank and Floyd are one southwest, one southeast, and if they are people from the breadbasket parish who knows the ins and outs of not just rural life but farm life in the most important parish to our food production, tell me specifically what you think has not been achieved by that duo sufficient for you to say, you know what, bring somebody else as junior minister to support Floyd. Give me that.
So one of the reasons why is because what I find, I interact with farmers outside of the parish. You have farmers in Portmore, you have farmers right across the highland. And they are somewhat of the feel that they are not getting enough attention. I mean, people always complain and everything. But I would want, so people may have to say probably St. Elizabeth farmers are all right because the two agriculture ministers are from that parish. Mm-hmm. But to kind of balance it out that people will to erase that narrative, have someone else along on the team that is not from the parish, which is just as much involved in ensuring that the farmers from different areas are having the tea. Because a lot of farmers, I know that they do complain. I'm not in farming, but I do insurance and I drive around and I sell insurance to these farmers. And they will complain. I would try to talk to them and tell them instead of working, but they want to feel more. And I believe that the programs that Minister Floyd have been introducing for the farmers are pretty much good.
Yes.
But it is, I don't know how effective it is to perhaps other farmers. Yes. I'm just thinking...
You want to fresh up the team and see if you can get better results.
Yes.
Okay.
But Floyd should still remain.
Yes.
I think he should still remain. But,
yes.
but just give the team a new look. Also, for finance, I would want Minister Favor Williams to continue on the part of Minister of Finance. I watched her with that negotiation with the public sector, the teachers.
Yes.
And I appreciate it so much. Herself to be bullied.
Yes.
She owned her ground and said, listen, I am the finance minister, in my mind, for Jamaica, not just civil servants, but so when I make a decision, I'm making it with the interest of every single Jamaican. So I appreciate her stance and her continue with the fiscal discipline of what is required and taking Jamaica to the next step.
All right.
But all in all, I think we can remain with the rest of ministers with perhaps one or two additions.
All right. I hear you this morning. Thank you this morning.
I will link nationwide too.
Yeah, come for your orange juice. All right, no problem, man, no problem. All right, that was Ian. Let me take a break and come right back. This is Cliff Hughes Online.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose. Want to save money and still protect your engine? Get Chevron Supreme Sin Blend Motor Oil, the blue bottle with a silver stripe. Now upgraded to synthetic blend, so your engine runs cleaner, longer, and stronger. Now available island-wide at service stations and leading auto parts stores. Ask for Chevron Motor Oil, your favorite blue bottle with a silver stripe. That's Chevron Sin Blend, your engine good friend.
Jamaica's largest tile selection just got even bigger. Discover what's new at Active Home Center. With our latest arrivals, it's easier than ever to make your space truly unique. Explore ocean blues, botanical greens, and soft sandy neutrals that bring a calm, effortless vibe. From bold patterns to sleek, large format tiles in glossy or matte finishes, every room makes a statement. Shop now at Active Kingston and Montego Bay. Active Home Center. More savings, more choices.
Are 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock, like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me, like a rock.
Welcome back, 10:50 on the clock. Alric is on the line. Just before I go to Alric, Dora, Tawna, I know you're plugged in. Just confirm for me, because what I've just been looking at in the break, I was looking at the constituencies in which voter turnout in the individual constituencies exceeded 50%, and I've only found 3 constituencies where the voter turnout was over 50%. St. Mary Southeast St. Mary, Chris Brown beating Norman Dunn and Mark Hutchinson of the JPP. So that voter turnout in Southeast St. Mary was 50.39% in Southeast St. Mary. And then the 2 weather vanes in St. Elizabeth, Southwest and Southeast. Southwest saw 52.89% for Floyd Green's win over Miranda Wellington, and then 51.15% in Southeast St. Elizabeth, where Frank Witter took care of Norman Scott. So 3 constituencies overall. Only in 3 of our 63 constituencies was voter turnout over 50%. Nora Turner does confirm that for me now. I'm doing it on the fly. Alric, good morning. Morning, Alric.
Morning, George. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man.
A pinchy thing for the erudite one, man. Welcome to the day program again.
Yeah, man, I'm swinging for the fence.
Yes. George, I heard it this morning with your talk, your commentary, and it kind of resonated with me because on Saturday, I was hanging out at one of my favorite spots. And not a young man, putting like maybe 50 little bit, came there. And he was spewing pure venom at the green color people, including me.
Mm-hmm.
The man said some things and course with some most despicable way why we vote for Andrew, and he said some sickness that one time I lose my cool pan and became a disturb what we were there actually doing. And me had to just, me couldn't take it no longer. Me just got him and just rip him up a couple pieces of fabric, and some other man take him on, and he eventually shut up and drunk and lay down.
Mm-hmm.
And we weren't at a bar. Mm-hmm. We were at where we could have get a liquor. We weren't at no TB.
Yes.
I can't understand why we have to behave like that. The election gone from last week Wednesday, Judge. Before last Wednesday.
Yes.
What caused that?
You should tell me, because you've been here longer than I have been, and you've seen the politics do things to people over a longer period of time. I still am baffled by how it is that in 2025, after all that has happened to unite this country, after all of the individuals, Labour Right and PNP, who've done so much good for this country, we're still at the point where the hate is visceral. Alric, it's almost as if, as I said, we want to divide the country into 2 camps. Green here, so, orange here, so, with war as the theme song between them. I can't understand it.
Yeah, you know what baffles me? If you look during this campaign, I read an article in yesterday's Observer, and it's wrong so true. You saw so many People's National Party supporters and JLP supporters dancing and fogging up in the streets. So this the minority that wants to create this divide thing. I wonder what they're thinking, man.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know what kind of country they want us to become. But we should resist them, is what I'm saying.
Well, I just told this guy a piece of my mind, and told him that nothing goes so. Back to Ian now.
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to Ian, and before you came back with that piece of statistics about candidates who constituency poll more than 50%. Because I'm in one of them.
By the way, Ali, before you go, I see somebody in the chat asking if Warmington, Southwest St. Catherine wasn't over 50%. No, that was actually 43.77% Southwest St. Catherine. Go ahead.
Yeah, my constituency is one that polled over 50, and I was going to mention it to you because listening to Ian's conversation about the agriculture ministry and having the junior minister and the senior minister from St. Elizabeth, I smiled when you said to him that this is the bread basket. These are the ministers that know when your tomato rotten and when the drought is on and when the cabbage are burnt up in the field.
Yes.
And because so much farming is done down here, it wouldn't be wise to take somebody who is not literally, with due respect to the person we mentioned.
Yes.
I am wondering if they have had any farming background,
yes,
and I've never lived in any farming area for a while to know how we suffer like how we suffer now with drought, and to do what it is necessary to help us to alleviate some of the problems.
And to be fair, Alec, and to support you, I mean, notwithstanding how bright a man or woman could be, the fact of the matter is, the agriculture ministry and a town man work.
That no one
it's
said,
not.
You said
It's not. It's not.
But no one answer through my member of parliament.
But I understand Ian at the same time. Though, he's saying that there's so much more that can be done. That what's the reasoning, Alric? Ian is saying so much more needs to be done that he's wondering if a refresh, keeping the line minister, but a refresh could allow even more to be achieved by the ministry. And it's not a bad thing to contemplate, I don't think.
Well, what I would agree with him with is that the animal science sector, where the great Dr. Lecky has done so much work, needs some attention to be paid.
Yes.
But that attention should be paid, I think, by somebody who has a degree in animal science, because we are falling behind in the genetical part of the Ministry of Agriculture, and I told you that one day.
Yes.
Everything else to me is good. But we need attention there. So you would want somebody with animal science degree who know the genetics and see if we can improve but the herd thing and the dairy thing and so.
Yes.
But apart from that, I think what you said to me and resonates very well with me. These are the guys who live in the belt, who suffer with us, who are here with us, then we're having the problem.
And you'd be hard pressed to tell me something that is not going right because Frank and Floyd don't understand it. What is it that Frank and Floyd don't understand about agriculture?
I don't say that now, because since they have come in, they have repaired more agricultural roads than any time, and they have done more for farming, not only in St. Elizabeth but all over the island.
Yeah.
And so I think if I was the Prime Minister, I wouldn't upset the apple cart there.
All right, hear you on that, sir.
Before you go, George.
Yes.
Tree love.
Well, I see my friend Kurt Buchanan in the chat lamenting and weeping and wailing, I said to you this way, Alric.
Yeah.
As a Manchester United supporter, since I was in primary school in 1991, yes. Yeah? Watch this now. Watch this now.
Yes.
If you have a son that you have worked hard as a single parent to send to school, right, Alric?
Yes.
And if you struggle to send the boy to school, and when CXC time come, the boy not pass the subject, what are you going to do with him? You going to throw him out? You going to kill him? No. You going to work with him same way. So that's me and Manchester United right now. That's me and Manchester United right now. Yeah? You're not going to disown the picnic. You're not going to get rid of him. You're going to try and work with him until, as them say in the country, until him come to perfection. You understand? Respect, Eric. Respect. I mean, it done gone bad. I'm done a Manchester United fan already. It's like the same people who say, boy, them a West Indies fan and it gone bad. Them can't change and them are going to suffer. They don't say, come on, what we are going to do? We have to carry on same way. What have that? Watch this Liverpool man walk up to the studio. What you fan now, sir? Have a good day, man. Have a good day, Mr. Swaby. Have a good day. Let's take the break and come right back.
My hands were steady. My eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose. My steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got to me, like a rock.
Attention all data protection enthusiasts. Tune in to Nationwide 90 FM every Tuesday at 8:20 a.m. and Thursday at 8:25 a.m. for a new program, Data Protection Matters. Starting June 4, 2024, join us as we delve into crucial topics that will keep you informed and compliant. Data Protection Matters is hosted by Chuck Cameron, founder of Design Privacy, your trusted partner in data protection. Don't miss out. That's every Tuesday morning at 8:20 and every Thursday at 8:25 a.m. Stay protected, stay informed with Nationwide 90 FM and Design Privacy.
Super healthy, super happy. SuperMed located in Kingston, St. Thomas, Portland, and St. Mary. The time by SuperMed family of pharmacies and Hughes Den Pharmacy is
11 o'clock.
It's Monday. Get over your blues. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The E-Zone is here for you. With this thing of Honey Bee.
And Curry Boyatings
From 3 to 5 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
We've got your entertainment news.
Then we want to hear your views. Why you said?
Jump in the mix.
Or the hot seat.
Don't miss our brain busters.
Or the crazy giveaways.
Let's talk fashion.
Send us your outfit of the day. Ooh, cutesy. Very demure.
Are you looking for love?
Come on one of our blind dates. Send your request to ezoneblindates@gmail.com. That's ezoneblindates@gmail.com.
And stay tuned for your confessions.
These are my confessions.
Share them with us at ezoneconfessions@yahoo.com. I mean, is this planet Earth?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me check. Either way, it's got a buzz.
And a bugger thing.
Ow! Ow!
Our phone numbers are 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255.
Back with us on Cliff Hughes Online. Just a couple of things. I see some people saying, but George, you're not different from the partisans who die hard one party. No, man, it's a different thing. Manchester United is my entertainment, is my escape. Real life is different. So your political love is real life and you're hating people. I don't hate nobody. You know, I love my Arsenal and Liverpool fans. The banter is good. I will move on. When my team lose, I move on. I watch Liverpool. I watch Arsenal. I wear the Arsenal jersey. I wear the Liverpool jersey. I wear the Chelsea jersey. You know, those of you who know me from Sportsman know I'm wear every jersey on planet Earth. Yeah. You have people who now go be caught dead in this color and that color. So it's a different thing, man. And the other thing is this. I want my friend from Portmore who used to call me every week telling me that Fitzjackson going to lose. Where you there this morning? Call me this morning, man, and talk to me now. Fitzjackson, 9,025 votes. Delroy Dobney, 5,970. Fitz need a pair of binoculars for see Delroy Dobney in the distance behind him. Eh? Yeah, what do you think Fitzjackson hard to beat? Easy to beat, rather. Yeah? Every year, every election on the talks, Fitzjackson going to lose. And Fitzjackson just poll more and more votes. So, I don't know what happens there, but yeah, that's one of the seats you can write down in the PNP column before the boxes start count. East Kingston and Port Royal, Central St. Mary, South St. Catherine, South St. Andrew, Southwest St. Andrew, Western St. Andrew, and you just add the rest as they go along. All right? Keisha, good morning.
Hey, George, morning.
How you do?
Well, good. Have life, good. I like to give thanks for.
That's right.
Yeah. God, I'm a Manchester United fan for over 30 and change. 30 years and change.
Yes.
Okay? In the glory days of Sir Alex Ferguson, the greatest coach ever. And even though Manchester United might be going through their little thing, I am still a fan, not change.
Not change.
No. Once a man, you fan forever, man.
That's right.
Yeah, right, that's for my thing.
That's right.
Yes.
Because Keisha, this is the Liverpool people who have jump up, no want to hype up themselves. They went through 30 odd years of nothing, you know. And they stood by their club, so I don't know why we are going to throw a little problem they want us to desert our club. That don't make sense.
I'm not for the time period is even longer than ours.
That's the point. That's the point.
But I just call you about this morning, you see? I listened to your monologue and I pick out 3 words that you use. Very important. You use decency, honesty, and integrity. And those are your expectations. Ain't it?
Yes.
Well, I wish you luck, you know, because I'm not expectation. So I wish you luck on that.
Oh, boy.
Judge, during the debate with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, I can remember Donald Trump said this. The immigrants, they are eating the dogs, they are eating the cats, they are eating the pets of the people that live there. No offense?
Yes.
And did they not said they will be fact finding
Yes.
And the gentleman said, but we have spoken to the, I think it was the governor or something like that, of Springfield.
Yes.
And he said no such thing.
Correct.
No. So I'm going to bring it local, you know. If some of the very same people them suffer from the Donald Trump syndrome, or seem to be suffering from the Donald Trump syndrome, then how you apply such a big expectation for them, George? Listen. You see? This 2020 to where the election campaign come to a halt, to now, George. You see, for some people, honesty is a thing of the past. Decency is a case commodity, right? Integrity is like a luxury item. Very few have it, as some see it. You understand? So I have no.
Well, guess what? You see, we live with people, Keisha, and we know that good and evil has to coexist. We know that you can't have positive without negative. We know that not everyone will see the light. But what I'm saying is that I'm living in hope. Because guess what? If the day I wake up and realize that things not going to get better, people can't change, people can't improve, people are lost causes, maybe I'll just turn a criminal and just try to end things. But I can't do that. I can't think that way.
You just tell her that you're living in hope. Well, she become tired now. Yeah, hope, grace, and faith, they are all three tired females.
Yes.
Look, George, when people can blatantly stand up in front of a camera and tell lies, and it's like nothing.
Yes.
Just imagine, George, you see, the West Indies are play against one of them big teams, right? And they have two wickets left at George, and they're supposed to score 80 rounds. And the worst two batsmen they left back, you know. And one of the batsmen scored 70 rounds. Then George, you should be larded, don't? Well, that's so when the people them tell lies for them larded them.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It's sick to mock.
Yeah.
And then George, there's two groups in Jamaica where we don't have no expectation from them. Because in this, they have been deathly silent. The umbrella group of churches, we don't call them people, you know, the man of the cloth or the man of the clothes.
Cloth. Yes.
Well, the man of the cloth, we don't hear from none of them. And the people them who are after something since 2016, which is so many of them emerge and call themselves civil society. Where are they in all of this?
Yes.
Why are they so silent?
Yes.
So you see where I'm going, Joe?
Yes, man. Yes.
So if you don't have anybody to hold these persons to accountability, George, then it will remain the same.
That's why you and I have to do our job. We nationwide realizes, Keisha, that the next 5 years is going to be very difficult. Governance is going to be very competitive, and I hope it stays that way. But it has the potential to be toxic and worse. And we are going to have to defend truth. We are going to have to give audience to the positive messages. Where people are criticizing, we don't hide from that, because guess what? Sometimes you try to censor, and sometimes you try to say, well, you're not giving your audience that. No, we're giving it to our audience, but at the same time, we are pointing out where there are deficiencies in what we say. We won't censor, we won't ban anybody, but what we will do is ensure that we are the ones who put into context what is being said, and where it is that we believe that there's a knowledge gap where the public is concerned, we will put the information in that gap that we believe can lead somebody to the truth. That's what my promise is to our listeners and viewers.
Well, you know, Judge, I must tell you this now. I am happy for nationwide, right? I would steal a few lines from someone that you know very well and somebody that I have a lot of time for. You know, only thing that you compete with his time, and so I stayed here. He normally said, you know, the truth come to lies and the lies come to die.
That's
so
right.
Why.
Yeah, man. Very well, man. Thank you this morning.
Before I run, Judge, Does the World Championship live up to your expectations?
So far it's been good. I don't have any reason to complain yet. What happened? What happened?
Well, no. I'm just asking, because people they put up their medal counts in and
I don't get drawn into that because I understand that people, are very optimistic when it comes to these things, but I know better, so my estimates are always conservative.
Well, I must say congrats to all the winners and to all the competitors.
Yeah, man.
All
right. Thank you, Keisha. Keisha there with that call. Earl, good morning.
Good morning. Morning, George.
Morning, sir.
How are you doing?
Good.
Big up Nationwide and all those that call.
Every time.
Yes, man. You're going to do a good job, man. I like your comment this morning, George.
Thank you, man.
I listen to you,
Yes, man.
Bright brand. You come after Cliff Hughes, man.
All right, sir.
All right. What I want to know, George, Jamaica. Who Jamaica belongs to? Jamaica no belongs to just two parties. Jamaica belongs to all of us, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, and we should appreciate whatever good is taking place in the country.
Yes.
We shouldn't want Jamaica to fail because of partyism.
No, sir.
All right. Well, we can understand the PMP party, because let me tell you something. Everybody have a failing grade, right? All right?
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to graduate, They're not going to graduate because they're not listening. That's so them not go pass the test, so they're not going to graduate. If them go and see me, so them are going, Andrew go get 4th term, Yeah. When Andrew want to not today to go come so easy to him that he will run.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Because listen to me, man, the tribalism where them are going with, and the hostility where them are deal with, and this warmonger business, people don't eat that,
Mm-hmm.
And if you have something and it don't broke, why fix it?
Yes.
You understand? So listen to me, I run with fire in 1990 because of them,
Yes.
I run with, I can't run with again, they can't be old.
Yes.
And I can't go back over there so big with that dictator over there, I can't go back, so I can't run with again, so I plant my foot there, so I'm not transplant again.
Yes.
I'm not transplanting again. I don't give against over there because I achieve things over there.
Yes.
When I come back home 14 years, I say I come back on the PMP. I run away with the PMP 1990.
Yes.
And Bruce Golding when I come back.
Mm-hmm.
Just as I come back and Bruce Golding win, so there they go again.
Mm-hmm.
Right, understand? And to hold me here this a party, them come in like them want to be dictatorship like ex-country, ex because I can't go, I'm a citizen, so can't go as my life.
You know, can I tell you this, my friend? Mm. One of the things I'm happy for, I'm happy that Wholeness and his team have not been drawn into tit for tat.
No.
And let me explain. Let me explain further. You see the way certain media houses are treated by one side?
Mm-hmm.
If it is that the government were to treat certain media houses in the same way that they treat some media, what would we have in this country? Think about that.
Then instead of if we go forward, I go backward.
And the rhetoric and the tone of dialogue and the communication and statements dripping with hate, and so we should be happy that we have a group of people, political actors, who are committed to doing it in the right way, and we can't let them veer off this road of decency.
No.
Because if they do it, everything will tumble down.
Of course, because if you have decency, if you don't have decency, if you don't have decency and honesty, how you gonna run the country? If you as a person of telling lies, and appreciate things that people do and accept things when you lose, and so you win when you lose. You understand? Mm-hmm. We're gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
And the hostility that they have, it's not going to work. The hostility, let me tell you something. Just like if you see somebody out there doing something wrong, and me come there and me say, Judge, be able to say, stop it not suit you. You listen to me, but you say if me come with hostility towards you, why would I be able to tell them things? You're not going to be better,
Yes.
You're going to make me get angry now with you. I mean, you're going to have war.
Yes.
But if you did come to me and talk to me nice, and I decent, you don't listen to me now, whatever me I do, I put it down, and go on and forget about it.
Yes.
But you can't fight hostility with hostility, you're going to bring war.
Yes.
You saw Andrew Cool, and all them prosecute him. him holding ground. All right, you know, see the opposition leader hold him hostile, him and him set up a cabinet, people them around him. They are very hostile, very hostile. I let me tell you something. The hostility not going to put you nowhere. Come together, you lose, accept the losses. Let's put hand together and work and build the country. That's what we need to do. You're supposed to have a strong opposition, you know.
Yeah,
but
and we need it.
Yes, but you know, if you criticize everything, if this is something I work for the country, not because I know you are doing it.
But the only point I disagree with you is this. If you criticize everything it doesn't matter. As long as you criticize with responsibility.
Right.
So I have no problem with you criticizing.
But criticizing is very reckless.
Hear you on that. I have to run.
All right.
Thank you this morning. Yeah, man. Good. Morning. Oh, break time here on Chris Hughes Online. Back with more after these.
My eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose. My steps were quick and light. And I held firm.
Rhino Jamaica Limited, Jamaica's choice for water tanks and pumps. Now open on Saturdays at our Marcus Garvey Drive location from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The time brought to you by Rhino Jamaica Limited is
11:16.
JP Logistics Solutions is your answer when shipping from the UK, USA, or China. We're ready to pick up your barrel in Florida or the UK and deliver it to your home in Jamaica. Contact us now for a free quote. Email sales@jplscarib.com. Call or WhatsApp to 876-483-7263 to ship your barrels, boxes, packages, or full containers hassle-free. JP Logistics Solutions. Ship the Jamaican way.
Is this real? Hey Greg, come look at this. Oh my, it's happening. Mr. Daniels, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger.
Sir, the clicks are off the charts.
Hello, sales? What's the emergency? 9,000 clicks in one day? 3,000 order? So how much we have left? What? I soon call you back. Mr. Nakamoto, it's Danny from Jamaica. I need 5,000 of the big ones. We're back in business.
Yes, sir. Arigato. Suene. Amplify your brand. Let Nationwide 90 FM assist you in tapping into a captivated audience across our social media platforms. For more information, contact us at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Businesses, companies, and entrepreneurs, let's supercharge your brand.
Our phone numbers are 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255.
Got a text message from an old fisherman. Still going out to sea down at down at Bushy Park, Southwest St. Catherine. Old coolie man, him said to me, Mass Judge, the Prime Minister was stay there till him hunch. Do you all understand what he's saying? He was stay till him hunch. Let me go back to the phones. Who do I have, Kevin? Carol, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How you do?
Listen, don't ask me how I'm doing because with you, glory to God, my soul is so elated when you came and give honor to the Creator. That's what Jamaica will need.
Yes.
You know, I spent half of my life in the United States, and I felt so liberated to come home. My God, today. And just to know that where I am, I really don't have running water and I don't have proper road, but just to know I can come out in the mornings and go outside and the beautiful sunshine and lift up my eye to the Creator and cut a plant and cut a banana, get any fruit I want. So is enough for me to be satisfied with life that God had given unto us. And just to see how the opposition And the people, I think it's illiteracy. And you had really spoken the three words: decency, love, and respect for each other. My God, I can't imagine that in the parish where I live, 75% of the illiterate.
Which parish is
they
this?
Don't even. I would even mention.
All right.
I'm saying just to know that they voted for the opposite because they are so embedded. To me, they are indoctrinated with the opposition leader. They can't even come to realize that a brand new life is dawned in Jamaica with a man of God who is, I was in the States and all of my batchmates, they said they're coming down to vote. But I couldn't because I was in the greenhouse with Camilla, and the way how I see all this wicked dictator over there and his people behave.
But hold on, let me stop you there, so now, because hold on now. Wait no, man, wait no. Let me just put this to you. I don't. You might not like Mr. Trump's politics, but never forget, he was voted in a process that nobody has said was flawed. In other words, he never thieved the election. The majority of hold on.
I'm not going on that.
But hold on, I'm saying to you, and I take every point you're making, but I just want to put this on the record. The majority of Americans were asked who they wanted to be their president, and they picked him. So I don't think, I'm not troubling you how you feel about him or everything is, but I'm just saying that we must be clear in our communication. Trump won a fair election. That's what America wanted. That's who America wants at this time. So, it is what it is.
Well, I see Camilla came out with a book that she should have chosen what she wanted. To me, she was actually forcing this. And you're supposed to read the book she comes out with now. Anyway, my reason for calling because just briefly, I was raised in a poor home because my daddy he was a coffee grower and a big businessman. And I'm telling you, even though they say America is for the land of the free and the home of the brave, is America I go and know suffering and hatred and wickedness. I was a frontline over there as a nurse, and I'm telling you,
yes,
the things that I saw with my two eyes was despicable. Hatred. I believe in Jamaica. The three words you brought out earlier.
Yes.
If we stand on those three words, love, dignity, and respect, and appreciate one another, especially, just pray for the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Because to me, as a young, because I'm older than him.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, I grew up on all of them. Because the school where I went, I danced and did everything there.
Yes.
So I grew up under them too.
Yes.
And to me, Uncle Eddie and Auntie Babsy and all those people, I mean, I know these are people that really have a heart of gold and a heart of love for this country. And I think we should just put all our hands and hearts together and try to build one another and build the country and appreciate this man of God and pray for him every day. Don't cast down one another.
Yes.
And the opposition leader, they'll come to realize that they won't prevail because it's good over evil.
I hear you, Carol.
It's good over evil.
I hear you, Carol. The word is love.
You stay in that abundant way.
Yes.
Under the Lord's anointing.
Yes.
And trust me, they'll come around.
Thank you very much for your call this morning,
will
Carol.
come around.
Thank you
The
very
Lord
much.
bless you.
Thank you very much for
Have
the
a
call.
good day.
Yeah, Mom. All right. Good. So I see somebody in the chat saying if I can spell hunch, and they offered Hunge. No, man. Hunch, where I heard that for the first time, the phrase in COVID-19, it may have been Carlton Watson, beg your pardon. Carlton Watson, the man who owns Cal's. Cal's sell everything, ketchup, bag juice, everything, mackerel, big business, man. Very successful business. Carlton Watson, the man who owns it. Big racehorse owner and breeder. And he donated some things to the Grooms Association at Caymanas Park during the COVID, and I remember the Grooms Association president we sent some reporters down there to interview him, and the man draw on his mask and said, "Boy, Mr. Watson is so kind, and for this gesture in this time when everything shut down and nothing now go on, and to give the grooms a little boost, a little financial boost." Him say him wish that God make Mr. Watson live till he hunch. I laughed that he did. And so my team was said, "George, what do you mean?" And I said, "No, man, it means him going to live till he get old and him back, he get hunch back." So that's what it mean. He going to live till he hunch. So the same thing now, the fisherman from down at Bushy Park, yeah, was saying to me about the Prime Minister. I say, the Prime Minister going to do till he hunch. Who have Kevin? Roland, good morning.
Good morning, Sir George.
Good morning to you.
Two things, George. One, I wish our political leaders would cut out the narrative about corruption, because I think that is what causes the voter apathy. You talk about two sides talk about corruption.
Agree with you.
Right? And it's causing voter apathy. The second thing I want to talk about, George, is say calculating and disappointed. And I think people need to understand the process, right? I was a PO in the election, and I worked in other elections as poll clerk also. And George, if we follow it, we are trained by the record of Jamaica before we work, okay? And the world and his wife knows that at the close of poll, the presiding officer announces that it's 5 p.m. and the polling station is closed. However, once you are in the line, you are allowed to vote, and nobody can stop you.
Stick up in for me there now, Roland. I want a very important point you've raised here. So as an experienced presiding officer, you are saying that if you're doing your job properly, you have to, at 5 o'clock, make that announcement that it is now 5 p.m. and the polls are closed. Are you saying that you have to do that as a part of your training?
You have to do it.
All right. Stick up in. So you're mandatory, you have to do that. Notwithstanding, if 10 people in the line, 100 or nobody in the line, you have to make that declaration and you deal with the other things after, is what you're saying?
Yes.
All right, good.
Yes.
Good.
So you have 10 people in, and guess what? You are at the door of your polling station here, George.
Yes.
And so you must see if there are persons in the line.
Yes.
I can only suspect, it's more that they copy personal privacy people outside the road.
Yes.
So let's look at a school gate, for example.
Yes.
The school gate is closed. But you know, there are supporters gathered outside on the road.
Yeah, man.
Right? But if you're in the line to vote, you're inside the compound.
Yes.
You're in the line at the polling station.
Yes.
In the cluster.
Yes.
You understand? And so you are allowed to vote. And you also have the supervisor who is there who will tell you. So even if your polling station is located outside, that you're at an angle you can't see outside. You have the police officer, the election the police officer, and other supervisors. You have the outdoor agent and the indoor agent. You think any of them will prevent their supporters from voting there?
Exactly. Very good point, yes. But tell me something though, Roland. Work with me now, because you know the work, I don't know the work. When you make that mandatory declaration at 5 p.m., that gentle people, it is now 5 p.m. and the polls are now closed. Are you also mandated, whether you are one of your agents them, to go outside, do a tally of the number of persons in the line, come back inside and say to your team, all right, polls have closed, but there are still 38 people in the line as of 5 o'clock, so we have 38 more people to process to allow them to vote. Do you do that?
No, you can see for yourself if there are persons in the line.
Yeah, man, I know that you can see, but do you tally it or you don't tally it? You just work with whoever is in the line?
You don't tally. You work with whoever is in the line.
Okay.
And so your supervisor will say to you, there are X amount of persons in the line. And so you allow those persons to vote. After that, the door is closed, and you start the procedure, the close of vote procedure.
Yeah. So
we check off and all that.
So Roland, so everything only locks off when everybody who was in line to vote at 5 o'clock is sorted out. Only after that is everything locked off.
Yes.
Okay.
And I can say that from experience.
And a couple of people in the chat who are POs are backing you up right here as well, Roland, I must tell you.
So I think the Catholic person was misguided. I suspect they're mixing up the people out on the road.
Yes.
And the people in the line at the polling station.
And I'm wondering too, Roland, if they would have heard the declaration, the mandatory declaration made, and interpreted that as meaning nobody else can vote because at 5 o'clock and polls close. You understand?
Right. And that is why I say they might not have been aware of the procedure.
Yes.
So announcing the close of poll doesn't mean that nobody else can vote if they're in the line.
Yes.
Right? And at that point, so the person at the gate now would close the gate and nobody else allowed to come into the cluster because close of poll. So once you're in the line, you must permit that person to vote.
And as you rightly say, the indoor and outdoor agents for the respective parties are not going to let you lock off everything if at 5 their supporters are in the line. That's not going to happen.
Exactly so.
Hear you on that.
And also there's only one more thing.
Yes.
And that is why I can say that our election process is true and fair. Judge, nothing is impossible. But I can tell you from experience that 99.99%. It's almost declared as impossible for you to have illegal voting. But you think the GLP indoor agent is going to allow you to stop the ballot box with PMP vote and vice versa?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
And so we have to have the presiding officer, the poll clerk, the indoor agent for both parties in collusion.
Yes.
For you to put illegal ballots in the box.
And you know, Roland, one of the things I didn't see, and I've seen everything on social media post-election, people making all sorts of claims and everything. I've not seen one video of somebody saying, I was at X polling station at 5 o'clock, and after they announced that the polls closed, and I stood there expecting that because I was in the line at 5 o'clock, I would be allowed to vote, and I was denied the chance to vote. I have not seen even one of those videos.
You will never see that, George. But what can go so?
All right, sir. Thank you very much, Roland, for the contribution. Needed that. Thank you very much. And Roland's words are being backed up by several people in our chat here who worked as presiding officers on election day or have experience working in that field or worked as poll clerks supporting the POs, the presiding officer. They're saying that what he's saying is absolutely true. All right? Break time. Back with more after these.
My hands were steady. My eyes were clear and bright. My walk had
Burn chuck, fried chicken, always ready. Burn chuck, original crispy. Burn chuck, Cajun spicy. Burn chuck, a barbecue. Burn chuck, we are go a burn chuck.
The time brought to you by Burchak Fried Chicken in Montego Bay and Ocho Rios is
11:33.
From a single hopeful seed to your family's growing need. Nothing is out of reach, no matter how small they seem. Access Financial will always support your dreams. 25 years, side by side. 25 years more joy and pride. 25 years is quite a ride at the heart of helping you thrive.
The little man who want a loan, the boss lady who want to upgrade on her own, the business idea you want to show. We are committed to helping you grow.
Think about your dreams, to stand up tall. We've been there through it all. 25 years, side by side. 25 years of joy and pride. 25 years is quite a ride at the heart of helping you thrive. 25 years.
Access Financial Services, 25 years strong, pioneering dreams into reality.
This is Nationwide Tokyo Did You Know Fact.
Did you know that Helsinki was the first city to host the World Championships? Yes, that's a fact.
In 1983, Helsinki, the capital of Finland, hosted the first World Championships.
That was Nationwide's Tokyo Did You Know Facts.
Our phone numbers are 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255.
To prove to them that I'm not like some people who just partisan and just biased, when it comes to my football teams, My friend I once had a tenant. When I was in university, I had a tenant at my house who was a big Arsenal fan. And I bought him this hell of a poster of Dennis Bergkamp because he was an Arsenal fan. I take my money far in my go and near far in the US or Canada. Far I go. And I brought back the man a Dennis Bergkamp thing because he was an Arsenal fan. And I said, boy, yeah man, you need to have this by your wall. And then one of my best friends in life, Peter White from Jackson Road in Clarendon. Him living at the Glenmuir housing scheme, just down the road from the Glenmuir back gate. I asked him about the life-size Thierry Henry poster he has, Arsenal. And let me buy a game, man. So, I love my football team, but I love football more. And you can't be myopic and can't be just one side and, hate people. No, so that don't make sense. So, if we live with politics like I support my football team, then we'll all be all right. Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Dwayne, morning, Dwayne. What, man?
Well, long time. Just 2 years to 2. Yeah.
Where, sir?
I got a couple of questions.
Yeah.
When Mr. Patterson raised the money for the parliamentarian, you see?
Yes, sir.
How much percentage was it? What was the percentage?
I found it for Cliff the other day. Now let me find it back for myself. Give me the next question.
And yes, that is 2. 1. And I want you to explain what took place in St. Thomas. And I was Wednesday or Thursday when the minister came on the program and made some point that he's not going to start the project. What caused that to happen?
Well, he said that based on his understanding, men aligned to a certain politician invaded a work site, demanded that persons be sacked and they be given the jobs, and that for them time now, so them fear run off the site to speak like how men speak in the street.
Okay.
Stick up in now, Dwayne. It says here, the news report, parliamentarians in 2002 under Patterson received a 103% salary hike.
Okay.
Yeah. So that answers the question.
And I think some persons took it and some persons never take it.
Yes, because I think Bruce Golding
never took it.
Yeah.
And some of the MPs don't.
Yeah, man.
Okay. All right. I remember. I asked the question because I remember when I was a youngster and I was at a certain place and I get really scared. And about 2 gentlemen came up to the place that I was at the time. Because tell me this, I go be this. Just be there, I go be from the face. And I remember he said to me in 1989 it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he said to me, I really get scared. He threw down a box of beer.
Yes.
The beer box that look.
My granny used to own bars, so I know. My granny used to own bars, so I know exactly where I thought about. Yes.
All right. And he said to me, now that our party in our power,
yes,
we are going to come and take everything from Astoria.
Oh.
And I sat up at the front and I feel like, I would have road around the road, but I don't know what to do. But they were not violent, they were just drinking the liquor and said, I'm come take everything off of them bars to them. Say,
yes.
If you have to do something,
yes,
one for me, I want to for you.
Yes.
And I'm saying to you, the election that just went the other day with Jamaican don't even know what took place because what we were on the verge of seeing something like that taking over because right there in St. Thomas, the same thing that took place where I was at the time as a youngster, in my teens.
Yes.
Well, that let me get scared. And what took place in St. Thomas should make Jamaicans get scared to say, all right, these people are Chinese. They are not attachment to Jamaica. I don't think they can vote either.
No, they can't. Of course not.
Right.
Yes.
So they are doing a job based upon the job that
Them have contract and them execute them contracts. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
And they were not getting anything to say. The government give me the contract because I go vote for them.
Right.
We are doing it because we are a good contractor. We are doing the work
Yes.
very good.
Yes.
And now Jamaica is going to be derailed again now by going back to where we're coming from. We're coming from, Joe, my friend.
Yeah. But,
go back where you're going.
no, we can't go back because guess what? The security. I'm very happy. The response. We have different security forces these days, and the authorities plus the security forces have moved in. I'm reliably informed to put a lid on all that. So you are right to have flashbacks of what happened in the '89, but I'm very confident that can't happen again.
All right. The next point is that Mr. Dave Campbell, you see?
Yes, sir.
I think he was accused wrongfully of doing something. This one the evidence we have before us, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And he went through the court system, don't
Well, the court made a ruling for Miss Cross to take some things to some remedial actions to remove some posts and so forth. So yes, there were court proceedings.
Because he was not guilty, as far as we know, don't we?
Well, guess what? No, the matter didn't go to trial. You know, what happened was that the evidence that Miss Cross claimed that she had, she didn't produce it. Notice how I say it. I'm not saying she didn't have it. For whatever reason, she didn't go to court with it. The court said, okay, come and do this, and she didn't. So the matter was wrapped up without any evidence being offered by her or any defense being offered by her of the charges against her in this matter brought by Mr. Campbell to court.
In other words, what I'm trying to say, you cannot hold it against him, man.
Right. Because we have no legal basis to do so. No.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now look at him and look at Mr. Andrew Wallace.
Yes.
What evidence do we have to say that he was wrong?
And this is the point. I made this point several months ago, Dwayne, when I spoke directly to Dr. Campbell from this chair on the morning program, and I said, look, you have said that we must give you the benefit of the doubt, notwithstanding the allegations against you. The court of law says you have no case to answer and the police have never charged you. So we move on and say, well, all right, those are just allegations. The Prime Minister has no charge against him, but you say that he's guilty. How come?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the whole Jamaican follow suit. So you recognize the plantation situation where Master say everything and what we believe it, even though it is not true.
Oh boy.
And the last thing I will say, George, because the Prime Minister do not want to hit below the belt in the boxing terminology.
Yes.
I don't believe that he should stand up and take hit from every angle. Because I've met somebody recently, and we were talking, and he said to me, the Prime Minister, thief, and I say,
yeah.
He say, my team, say, yes, them say, my thief.
Yeah.
So you have some people down in the country here who are not like me, who listen to
Not even them in the doing. People overseas, a very good friend of mine, a senior official in one of the government agencies, says he went to his father in Canada, and his father and his friends were saying, the Prime Minister a thief because I'm here up on social media.
Right.
Yeah.
So what Cliff Hughes have said about Carlstone writing that book about what took place in 1988 and how Siaga rebuilt back the country, but he never spent time defending himself and
yes.
and doing his whatever.
Yes.
He lost the election.
Yes.
What I'm saying to Andrew, I know that he wants to lift up his head and being seen as a person who are defend the thing and use whatever he have garnered, whatever he have achieved.
Yes.
Achievement. But I believe that he needs, with respect, in that he don't have to disrespect anybody.
Yes.
But he needs to stand up and defend his political party and him.
I can tell you, Dwayne.
And the ministers also need to come out and defend it, because guess what happens?
Yeah.
If you notice the role that he's taking now, the next angle again, you know that he thief the election. That's what will go.
I can tell you. I can tell you, Dwayne, that many people in the party were unhappy with how he dealt with the allegations against him. They felt he should have come out and defended himself. But at the same time, he will tell you that the way he handled it was proven to be right, because he went to the same Jamaican people who had these doubts, and they gave him a new mandate. So he will tell you that he played it right.
I agree, but I'm still believe if you notice our next attack is coming.
Yeah.
Because this is one about he told it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, if you don't stop it,
yeah,
and nip it in the bud, they'll continue.
And that's one of the things that Higgins wrote about in his column in the Observer on Sunday, to say that the JLP, and he referenced Carl Stone again, because Carl Stone is the one who said the JLP does governance well, but they don't do politics well. And the PNP excel doing politics, but not so hot where governance is concerned.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Dwayne, I have to run.
Best of yourself.
Thank you. Break time. Back with more after these.
My hands were steady, my eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose, my steps were quick and light.
Furnitureland at 112 Constant Spring Road is Jamaica's premier furniture retailer when searching for stylish and elegant pieces for your home. The time by Furnitureland is
11:46.
Now, PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV.
PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV.
You want to do your thing with your queen or your king.
Or I get a little frisky that make you flex frisky.
PrEP, are you extra bucketed?
To help you stay HIV negative.
PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV. PrEP tablets available at your clinic from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Numbers are 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-8255.
Errol is online. Good morning, Errol.
Yes, morning, George. How you do, George?
Doing well, man. How you do?
Man. Nice, man.
All right.
Hey, man, I can get a joke, you know.
Yes.
You see, when I tell me that I never had a win, you know, so me jump ship. I go up Liverpool.
Look at that. Look at that.
We say, boy, Arsenal done. Because a long time, I'm in the wilderness, I never win nothing, you know.
Brethren, every time the Arsenal fan, they rank with me. And they hype. It's every time they rank with me, I say to them, say, listen, all when I go through my problem, I have still won the Premier League more recent than you.
Man. You're brave.
Yeah?
A brave guy.
Good, thank you very much. Last time Arsenal win the Premier League, I was a third-year student in the School of Business and Management at the University of Technology. All right. Don't talk. Don't
All
talk.
right, George. Big up. You're brave, boy. You know, George, you know, while I feel very good about the JLP win, I'm not so happy, you know.
Talk to me now.
And you know the reason why I'm not so happy? Certain character, certain people return to the parliament. And I just see them as troublemaker. I won't call them a name. But certain people, nothing at the parliament. Because I see them as obstacle to the government. And them guys make the government go to hell.
I will say this to you. The democratic process that delivered the party of your choice to power is the same process that delivered those individuals, you know. So we are going to do. What are you going to do, sir? Talk to me.
Well, we just have to bear it. And when they come up with the foolishness,
yes.
I mean, no of them are going to stand up and want to be a obstacle for the governance, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can bet you there will be many walkouts, you know, them stay ready.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
pack up the paper, them and walk out, eh?
Exactly, you know. Take up paper, walk
yeah,
out.
Man,
so
yeah, man.
We are looking forward to that,
man.
you know.
Brace yourself, man. You are so right. You are so right, Errol.
Yes, man. It's going to be a hill and gully thing, you know.
Oh, yes.
You know, and, you know, you see, why I've noticed, you see, the opposition, I'm speaking about them. Well, they won't be honest with them supporters. You know, I heard this woman, you know, and she was saying, Lord God, she was crying. A reporter was interviewing her, and she was crying and said, boy, she don't know she have money.
Yes.
The labor right then get 5 more years.
Yes.
And she can't buy food, she can't pay her rent.
Yes.
Then she believes, you see, why won't them tell them the truth? That I labor right them a car.
Thank you very much.
Why won't them be honest?
I know that woman, you know. I've known her. I know her. I've known her since.
Man.
I've known her since 2004. I've known her for 21 years. I know her very, very well. I've never spoken to her, but I see her. I used to see her every day because she lives in a community adjoining my community. So when I was a university student and everything, and I've seen her many hundreds of times over the years. So I know her. So when I saw her, I said, "But Lord have mercy, look at this."
And the woman a ball, you know. About living I water 5 more years. They're going to do all we are going to dead off.
Can you imagine that? So if you don't laugh, what you are going to do? You have to laugh.
Oh my God. Why they won't be honest with them people and tell them, say, well, if them even win,
yes,
and if they not get the economy going and try to get the growth rate up, you know, that it will take some time before the prices of food can come down.
Yes.
Just like all this government is trying their very best to try to get some growth in the economy. Because that's where the key is, you know.
Yes.
That we not export nothing again.
Yes.
You know, and that is been a big hindrance.
And then the big boy up north, you know, has made it difficult to sell things there.
Now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Boy, I tell you the truth, boy, we can't run and go up there again.
Yes.
Because so it make it difficult now.
Yes.
So we have to try button down, yeah, so.
Yeah, Errol.
Try to get the economy going.
You know why I'm so happy for this call this morning and the points you're making, because it's the same thing I've been saying to people, you know, that look, I have never in my life gotten a $10 from a politician, get a pair of shoes, him pay for my car note a month time, or him pay my mortgage for my house, or pay my picnic school fee. That has never happened. I've never asked for it, and I've never been offered. And if me did offer, would have said no. You know why? Because I provide for myself. So under Labour right government, me work and work hard. And a PNP government, me work and work hard. You have to. So when you say, Lord, Labour right, we the one we did no, they will never do but laugh. Because that is madness.
God. I felt it is the judge. And I
you
said,
feel it? I laugh. Me can't tell you, me laugh. Especially because I know her.
Yes. These people are not honest with them supporters. And they say they Labour right, they make things hard. God almighty. Well, what a country is that?
But Jamaica, listen, man. Listen, we love here. We love here, but sometimes we say, boy. It's rough. My man said, simple out there, you know?
No, I'm glad.
Simple bad man, simple.
And you know, George, you know, I just want to say to the people of Jamaica, stick with the government, and if I hear him say, well, I could stand up with the government, because we know there are going to be obstacles.
Yeah.
And there are coming some unreasonable obstacles. You see them out there already? They are not satisfied with losing the election, you know. So they must come from a different angle now to make life miserable for the government.
Well, guess what? Every Labourite in this country has to go to work for the rest of the month in order to get their paycheck. Yeah? There's no Labourite that can stay home because Holness win third term, so free money will come in the work. So you have to get up and work, you have to live. So everybody is the same thing. So I don't know.
Yes. So when them telling the people them that the Labour right make life hard and wicked, it's very unfair.
It's a strategy in the chat reminding me that simple is Max Romeo, which is true. Yeah, it's simple out there, yeah, man. Yeah, man. So there you go. All right, sir. Respect this morning, sir. Respect this morning.
Yes, man.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Come, Kevin. Take us closer to 12 o'clock, man. We're not finished so quick. Yeah, that report. By the way, let me say it publicly. You know, the way the politicians treat the media in this country, as I've said several times, it's like you want to set media house against media house, set reporter against reporter. Yeah? And if you follow them, you hate people and they make people hate you. But anyway, I must commend Dwayne Anderson from TVJ, RJ Arglina Group, TVJ. That man is doing some very good work, and his stories, excellent. The use of words, brilliant. And the pacing, the tone of his reports, very, very good. Dwayne, you know, it's almost like listening to a piece of nationwide work when you do a rap. Yes, I just want to encourage you to continue. And I wish you all the best at the RJ Leader Group, TVJ. Dwayne Anderson, they call him Buju, I think. Yeah, man. Very, very good reporter. And I just want to publicly acknowledge his quality. You will never hear certain people acknowledge people who don't. Well, they won't even acknowledge people who work with them, let alone acknowledge others. So there you go. All right. Good. What's me before? Oh, it's 11:55. Uno says it's break time. All right, good. So as we leave it here, to tell you that the morning session has come to an end, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. We're gonna return after the news for the last half of the program, reminding you that the World Championships continue. Jamaica's athletes continue to hunt medals. Be very grateful for what these athletes give you. Be very understanding if they fall short of your expectation. Never mock, never jeer, never be unkind. If you can't tweet something kind or post something kind on social media, nobody tweet none. Nobody post none. Just relax yourself. Okay? All right. You want to break now, Kevin? Or are you all right? Kevin said I must leave now. So I'm gonna leave and return. And then I went there for the place of balloons. But things are on class party, I keep it here. No, I'm going to tell you what the time we got the class, but we had a special Teachers' Day party for some teachers at school. And me and my friend, Andre War, works at CONCACAF now. We organized and we bought ice cream for the teachers and a whole heap of things. So the teachers came and they enjoyed. But look like we buy bad, as them say in the country. We buy bad. So we ended up with 1 box of ice cream left over. But I had the big box, So there were like 4 of us with 1 box of ice cream and 2 boxes of cone. So alright, we say, we're going to eat off the ice cream because we can't put it up because, there was nowhere in the school to lock up the box of ice cream. So we sit down and each man take 2 cone, full up 2 cone of ice cream with the pan. What did they eat? Now make no impression because it's a big box of ice cream. So they said, boy, if I dash it. I said, no, you can't do that. So what we're going to do with it? And then I said, let us bring it on the right behind Jonathan Grant. We can't run this a train line. So across the road from where De La Vega City there. Train line people, so you walk up there and you go to the back of Spanish Town Shopping Center and you go into the town. So behind the school train line, somebody said, no, we could go a train line, man, and see some people and ask if they want it. So we carry the box with the cone, man. Yeah, the community come like a Christmas, man. Man, they said, what? Ice cream? And they enjoyed it because, 2 hours. So we had 8 ice cream among the 4 hours. Each one have 2 of them and couldn't done it. Anyway, we made use of it in the end. That's it for the morning segment. I'll be back at 12:30.
My eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose. My steps were quick and light. And I held firm.
Hi there. Here's some good news for these trying times. Quote, by God's word, I can see where I'm going. They throw a beam of light on my dark path. Unquote. Psalm 119, verse 105. Listen for God's word weekdays at 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. through
Oasis. Stop by for a refreshing drink and share a God perspective for the day.
Oasis. Weekdays 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. right here on Nationwide, a revolution in media.
The rebroadcast of the Oasis can be heard weekdays at 5:45 a.m.
But is this real? Hey Greg, come look at this. Oh my, it's happening. Mr. Daniels, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger.
Sir, the clicks are off the charts.
Hello, sales? What's the emergency? 9,000 clicks in 1 day? 3,000 order? So how much we have left? What? I'll soon call you back. Mr. Nakamoto, it's Danny from Jamaica. I need 5,000 of the big ones. We're back in business.
Yes, sir. Arigato.
Amplify your brand. Let Nationwide 90 FM assist you in tapping into a captivated audience across our social media platforms. For more information, contact us at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Businesses, companies, and entrepreneurs, let's supercharge your brand.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Clear your barrels and personal shipments with ease and convenience. Request customs contactless clearance today through CCP at jca.gov.jm. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is 12 o'clock.
It's credible and factual. The World at Noon on Nationwide 90 FM.
A very good afternoon to you. I'm Tona Thomas. Coming up in the Nationwide World at Noon for this afternoon, Monday, September 15, 2025. 18-year-old killed in Upper St. Andrew home invasion. Chief Justice says high rate of case adjournment discourages witnesses from coming forward.
Be surprised that we can't find witnesses. Who is going to come to an institution with a more than 50% chance that your day will be wasted?
Transport Minister Darrell Vaz gives the first week of National Rural School Bus Service satisfactory grade. NPTAJ supports school principals and rules against edges. In regional news, a strong earthquake rocked several Caribbean countries early on Monday. In international news, the U.S., South Korea, and Japan launch joint air and naval exercise. And in sports, mixed results for Jamaican athletes on day 3 of the Tokyo World Championships. The details after the break.
The Midday News is brought to you by Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
If it's news, it's got to be Nationwide 90 FM.
Now to the details. The St. Andrew North Police is investigating an incident in the upscale community of Smokyville in Upper St. Andrew early on Monday, which left an 18-year-old dead. The teen, a female student, was shot and killed. The police are tight-lipped concerning the details, as some relatives have not been informed. However, they say the incident began as a burglary sometime after 1 a.m. This is a developing story. We'll have more in subsequent newscasts. Chief Justice Brian Sykes is bemoaning poor case administration rates in the western part of the island. Among the issues he raised is a case backlog in circuit courts over the last 2 years. Justice Sykes was speaking at the annual Assize Church service in St. James on Sunday.
The distressing thing I must tell you is that when you look at the circuit courts in this part of the island, Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland, where we are is that no court has a clearance rate of over 100% for the past 2 years. That translates inevitably into the buildup of a backlog. The clearance rate must be a minimum of 100% and above. If you are under that, then you will have a backlog over time, and that is where we are.
The Chief Justice says a trial date certainty is also a major issue. He says in St. James alone, there is a 53% chance of cases not starting as scheduled. Justice Sykes says the uncertainty discourages many people from serving as trial witnesses.
Why are we surprised that we can't find witnesses? Who is going to come to an institution with a more than 50% chance that your day will be wasted? and the money that you spent traveling to court will not be recovered because, the witness expense, you only get that when the case actually starts and you actually give evidence as a witness. So nobody's going to compensate you for the time that you spend coming, that is the money expended. Let us take account now of the money that you would have earned if you are self-employed had you not come to court. So it's a loss both ways. It's a loss of income, and you expend with a 53% chance of an adjournment.
Brian Sykes, Chief Justice. Meanwhile, Justice Sykes, who has long advocated the merits of bench trials, says there is no evidence that jury trials produce better results.
Approximately 93% of total caseload in Jamaica is carried in the parish courts and specialized courts at that level. In fact, the cases that require jury on the criminal side is actually less than 3%. So the question is it worth this significant expenditure to fund a system of trial that, again, there's no empirical evidence? I mean, despite my critics, they still have not produced any evidence to demonstrate, not even anecdotal evidence, to demonstrate that jury trials produce a better quality of justice than bench trials.
Adding to his point, the Chief Justice argues that the process of updating jury lists is proving to be expensive and time-consuming.
Where we are now is this. It's expensive to maintain. So one of the things that we need to do, for example, is something called the settlement of the jury list, which means you have to go out, just like what the EOJ does from time to time to try and find people and so on. So too the settlement of the jury list requires a similar process. You identify those who have died, those who have migrated, those who are no longer in the communities and so on, and then you come back to court and you report to the judge and so on a particular day, and then those persons are removed from the list. That is a time-consuming and expensive exercise.
Chief Justice Brian Sykes. Transport Minister Darrell Vaz has given the first week of operation of the National Rural School Bus Service a satisfactory grade. Speaking with Nationwide News on Sunday, Vaz says the first week exposed the key issues as well as areas for improvement.
The first week of the introduction of the Rural School Bus Service has been satisfactory. What we will do this week coming up is review the first week's operation and see how we can improve on the routes, the times, and the logistics. There were some challenges in terms of the drivers and the familiarity with the features of the buses, which led to some delays in some cases on the rollout, but you can expect that that would be something that we'll overcome in due course. What I am very pleased about is the fact that there has been an overwhelming acceptance of the buses and the performance of the buses.
The school bus service rolled out on Monday, September 8. This followed several weeks of retrofitting and route testing by the Transport Ministry. On the first day of the rollout, only 53 of the 60 bus fleet were deployed. Minister Vaz says public education campaigns and weekly consultations are among the ministry's plans as the program heads into week 2.
Both social media and traditional media, there has been favorable responses and fewer criticisms, which is what I'm happy about, to depoliticize now that the election is over. The bus service is for all rural students, and we must capitalize on that to allow for them to utilize it. We will be doing a public education campaign on the routes, and of course, continuous stakeholder consultation to tweak the routes and the times, but I will be having a weekly review until such time as all 100 buses have been put in the system and are working seamlessly.
Darrell Vaz, Minister of Transport. President of the National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica, NPTAJ, Stuart Jacobs, is supporting school principals in enforcing rules against the wearing of edges or baby hairs to school. The issue of edges or baby hair in schools has ignited yet another firestorm about appropriate grooming for schools, following the decision of the St. Andrew High School for Girls to ban students with the hairstyle. St. Andrew High has posted on its Student Hub page, quote, Please be reminded, absolutely no edges, end quote. Mr. Jacobs is warning that if edges are allowed in schools, the nation will be going down a slippery slope as students should be made to understand that rules should be obeyed.
Why do they have rules? Because education is not all about literacy and numeracy. It is all about how you make sense of the world. And one way in which you make sense of the world is that you follow rules. You might not agree with it. You might not agree with a stop sign being where it's at. You might not be in agreement with a roundabout. And it's short that will go to the right of the roundabout. But the law is that to go to the left of the roundabout. If you do so, you're in breach. And if you do so without being careful, you're going to have an accident. These are simple things that are learned in society. And you learn it from school. When you have a parent who knows the rule and allows their child to leave the house and come to a learning institution breaching the rule, what message are you sending to society if you lapse on these rules?
Mr. Jacobs wants girls who break the rules to be quarantined. He's calling on parents not to encourage their children to break the school's rules.
So the principals and school administrators have the NPTAJs 100% to keep them out of school under conditions. Do not have the children come into the school gate and not let them in. Let them into the safety of the school, but quarantine them in a classroom, let them stay there with some teacher contact, guidance contact, mentorship contact. Call the parents in to take them home. Fix the hair, fix the uniform, fix the bags, fix all of that, and bring them back the next morning. You don't do it, take your child and carry them somewhere else, not into the school. It is simple as that. You breach the rules, you don't come back.
Stuart Jacobs, the president of the National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica, NPTAJ. Now, the National Parent Support Commission, NPSC, says it will be expanding parenting support with the establishment of parent places across the island. The Commission says that these are safe, welcoming spaces where parents can access tools, resources, and practical guidance to strengthen their parenting and support their children's learning and development. Head of the NPSC, Kesia Carr, says the facilities will offer skills building, psychosocial support, parenting education, and literacy intervention. The initiative is supported by the UK Jamaica Violence Prevention Program, which strengthens community resilience and parenting support. In a statement on Monday, the Commission disclosed that Whitfield Primary and Infant School in Kingston 13 is among the sites under consideration. The NPSC says Whitfield Town is to be among 7 model parent places, 1 in each education region. Former Miss Jamaica Universe Davina Bennett has been forced to pull out of New York Fashion Week following a motor vehicle incident Saturday night. Bennett was hit by a vehicle while crossing a street on her way back to her Manhattan home. The Jamaican model revealed the details on her Instagram account on Sunday. Bennett says she had just walked the runway in a fashion show earlier that night. She said she received the walk signal and started across using the pedestrian crossing. That's when she felt the impact. The model says she regained consciousness surrounded by paramedics in an ambulance. She was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital where she is receiving treatment. Bennett posted photos of the bruises she sustained on her Instagram story. She says, according to her doctor, she has no broken bones or fractures. However, due to the extent of her injuries, she won't be able to continue with Fashion Week set to end on Tuesday. Bennett, the 2017 winner of the Miss Jamaica Universe competition, has an active modeling career in the U.S., where she is represented by the modeling agency, The Industry. A 34-year-old funeral director has been charged with housebreaking and larceny following an incident in College Meadows, Mayday District, Manchester. He is Wilton Bartley, otherwise called Saddam, of Waltham in the parish. Reports from the Mandeville police are Bartley reportedly forced open a lock on the back door of a house between 8 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. on Friday, September 5. He reportedly entered and stole several items. The items include a Canon TI-50 camera with a lens, flash, and a 62-gigabyte memory card, valued at $120,000. They also included a VIP cologne valued at $5,000 and a queen-size sheet set valued at $2,000. The police say Bartley was captured on closed-circuit television entering and exiting the house. He was taken into custody during a police operation on Thursday, September 11. He was charged after a caution statement and a question and answer session. He will appear in court on a date to be finalized. To regional and international news now. Regional news. An earthquake with a magnitude of 5.3 rocked several Caribbean countries on Monday. There were no immediate reports of damage or injury. The Trinidad-based Seismic Research Center at the St. Augustine campus of the University of the West Indies said the quake occurred at 5:16 a.m. at a depth of 24 kilometers. It was felt in Antigua and Barbuda, Montserrat, Guadeloupe, and Nevis. Monday's early morning tremor followed a 4.1 earthquake nearly 48 hours earlier, which rattled Dominica, Martinique, and Guadeloupe. International, the United States, South Korea, and Japan opened a joint air and naval exercise off a South Korean island Monday. It's called Freedom Edge and is expected to run through Friday. South Korea's defense ministry says it's aimed at strengthening the trio's combined operational capabilities in the sea, air, and cyberspace to counter North Korea's growing nuclear and missile threats. The U.S. Indo-Pacific Command says the exercise will include U.S. Marine and Air Force aerial assets and feature enhanced ballistic missile and air defense drills. It's also set to include medical evacuations and maritime operations training. It's being described as the most advanced demonstration of trilateral defense cooperation to date. North Korea has condemned the latest joint drill as a reckless show of strength. And that's it for the news at 12. Up next, sports.
The Midday News was brought to you by Total Tools. Every tool, every trade. Success powered by learning. The Time brought to you by Sandals Corporate University. Come grow with us is
12:17.
Recycling Partners of Jamaica. Yeah, we got to make a change, and we have to do it now, can't wait for later. We put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that will be safer than in the gullies and in the drains. Recycling Partners of Jamaica. We put plastic in its place. Well, I said no matter about your class or status or title, got to be responsible and recycle. Yes, we have talk about plastic bottle boat. You have to make sure say you're the right type to. So look for the triangle with the one or two. Well, I don't matter could I yellow or blue. You have to just make sure them empty, collect them plenty. Recycling revenue. So listen up, Jamaica. I'm saying it's time to make a change. Recycling Partners of Jamaica. We put plastic in its place, and we all can agree that we'll be safer than in the gullies in the heavy rains. Recycling Partners of Jamaica. We put plastic in its place.
Ever wondered how to spot a scam before it drains your account? Or how Jamaica's top financial crime fighters track down the money? Join the Financial Investigations Division on Nationwide this morning, every first and third Friday at 8:20 a.m. for FID in Action, an informative, engaging feature designed to keep you and your money safe. Learn practical tips to help you spot, prevent, and report financial crimes. Understand how the FID protects the financial system. That's FID in Action, protecting you, preventing financial crime. On Nationwide this morning, every first and third Friday at 8:20 a.m. Brought to you by the Financial Investigations Division.
From the Nationwide News Network, comprehensive, up-to-the-minute local and international sports news. This is the Nationwide Sports at Noon.
Good afternoon with your sports report. I am Alex Swiby.
And I'm Oreen Buchanan.
We start with a track and field as Jamaica's medal tally at the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo remained unchanged on Monday after Danielle Williams, the defending champion in the women's 100 meters hurdles, finished 7th in the final. The country's medal count stands at 3, 1 gold and 2 silvers. Williams, who entered the race with high expectations, clocked 12.53 seconds after clipping both the second and 10th hurdles, which disrupted her rhythm and cost her valuable time. Despite a valiant effort, the 33-year-old was unable to replicate her gold medal winning performance from Budapest in 2023. Switzerland's Tadej Kambunji stole the show with a flawless run, setting a new national record of 12.24 seconds to claim gold. The rest of the podium featured a tightly contested finish, with Nigeria and the United States running out the top three. Williams, visibly disappointed but composed in the post-race interview, acknowledged the costly errors.
Really and truly went for it. Tried to get it from the start. I know I got too close to the second hurdle. So I definitely didn't do what I was supposed to do off the first hurdle. And so that threw the race pattern off. I was out of it, and I think I fought hard to get back into it. Didn't give up, and, disappointed obviously because everybody comes out here to win. But, still giving God the glory. Brought me to another World's Finals. I don't even know how much this is. And so, it's been a wonderful career, a blessed career. I'm very grateful to be here.
Meanwhile, Akira Nugent and Amoy Brown were understandably disappointed they were not able to advance from the semi-finals. Nugent finished third in semi-final 1 in 12.63 seconds, while Brown's 12.93 was only good enough for sixth. Brown shared with Nationwide's Wayne Walker some of the issues that has been limiting her progress.
For the past 2 years, I've been struggling at sore my knee in the heat at the trials last year. The year before that, my best time was 12.51, and last year I had a bad season. So this year injury as well. So for the past years, it's been up and down. I don't have a contract or a shoes contract, but I was working towards it, even though I'm disappointed this year. But I don't know what God has in store for me, so I can't complain. But I do not have one at this moment.
Brown says 2009 world champion Bridget Foster Hilton has been her biggest supporter for the past 4 years.
I wish I could go more in depth on how that lady has helped me, and she deserves her praises. And I wish I had made the finals where I could put it out there, just a bit more, because people need to know the person who have been sticking with me for years. Because it's frustrating investing your time, your money, your effort. Because as you know, I'm not her child, but she has sucked for the past 4 years. Let me tell you, I've left this sport so many times, not because of wanting to walk away, but other persons who have invested didn't get the results, and you cannot blame them for that, because nothing given, nothing received. You can understand the exchange in that. So it's not a blame game, but for her to stick with me to this point, I wish I could tell you more. I don't have the support to move into next season. I don't have a contract, I don't have a shoes contract or a sponsor, but I don't know where the door is going to open.
Amoy Brown, Minister of Sports Oliver Goins, has since made contact with Brown.
Tyler Mason, Orlando Bennett and Demario Prince all advanced to the semi-final of the 110-meter hurdles in the preliminary rounds. Mason produced a blistering season's best time of 13.17 seconds to win Heat 5. The 29-year-old looked composed and powerful over the barriers. Early in the session, Orlando Bennett also booked his spot in the next round with a commanding performance in Heat 3, clocking 13.20 seconds to take first place. The final Jamaican qualifier, Demario Prince, ran 13.31 seconds for a fourth place finish in Heat 4.
The national 400 meters hurdles champion Roshan Clark and fellow Jamaican Malik James King advanced to the semi-finals, delivering a strong performance in their respective heats on Monday. James King produced a season's best of 48.27 seconds, finishing fourth in a highly competitive heat. His time was good enough to secure one of the automatic qualifying spots for the next round. Meanwhile, Clark had to rely on time qualification after clocking 48.83 seconds to finish fifth in Heat 4. The reigning national champion showed grit and composure, holding off a late challenge to secure his place among the semi-finalists.
The first round is normally a round to get you ready for the next round. I run a very pretty decent 300, as you see. I came off the 8th hurdle in the pack. In the home straight, it's top 4, right? So I come off the 10th hurdle. I look. I didn't see the guy when I looked to my right. I was in third when I looked to my left, right? So I'm trying to go through the line as comfortable as possible. But then I trying to keep going, and I see this guy dive past me. I messed up just now.
However, it was disappointment for Asini Wilson, who struggled to find his rhythm and placed 8th in his heat with a time of 49.91 seconds. Wilson later revealed he has been battling an illness which affected his performance.
It's not really a tight race, but at one point when I reached to the 200, I tried to move, but there was no response. So that's where I couldn't go any further. The season was going so great for me, but it reached a point where I started to feel an effect of sickness. So I was in Europe, then I went home bleeding. So when I come back, I get a scan done, and then the result is that I have to get a surgery done. It's a stuff like polyps, some stuff like that causing shorter breaths, a lot more. Yeah, it's 5 problems, but I don't remember the rest.
Wilson says the $2 million cost for surgery is prohibitive.
They told me that I could go, but I had to take medication. As soon as I went back home, if I got the help. When I went to the private doctor, he said that it will cost over $2 million. Or if I went to the hospital and get it done, I will pay less.
As in Wilson, the Ministry of Sports have since made efforts to contact the athlete.
Tajay Gale and Nikolai Williams both soared into the final of the men's long jump with strong performances in the qualification phase. However, it was disappointment for Kerry McLeod, who failed to make the cut. Williams was the first to make his mark, delivering an impressive leap of 8.15 meters in Group A. His effort not only secured automatic qualification, but also stood as the second best jump in his group. In Group B, 2019 World Champion Tajay Gale reminded everyone of his class. With a best effort of 8.28 meters, Gale topped his group and stamped his authority heading into the final. The performance was a clear statement that the Jamaican is back into top form and ready to challenge for another global title.
Now to football, as Mullines United and Dunby Holden will clash in the first match of a doubleheader in the Ray Never Jamaica Premier League at Dewsland Stadium on Monday. In the feature match, home team Waterhouse entertained Harbourview. Meanwhile, a 57th-minute strike from Arnett Gardens' Roderick Granville separated the Junglists from Chapelton Maroon on Sunday, handing the Clarendon-based team their first defeat of the season. Donovan Duque, head coach of Chapelton Maroons, stated that his team were a shadow of themselves throughout the 90-minute encounter.
Tactically, we set some objectives. We carried out those objectives, but I think we fell down psychosocially. Psychologically, we fought throughout the week, so it was evident that we would have gotten somewhat a flat result.
Donovan Duque. In other results, Portmore United defeated newcomers Spanish Town Police 1-0. Racing United were 4-2 winners over Treasure Beach. Montego Bay got a 3-1 victory over Tivoli Gardens, and Mount Pleasant clipped Cavalier 2-1.
The 2025 Caribbean Premier League will now shift to the playoff stage. The Trinbago Knight Riders will lock horns with first-time playoff qualifiers Antigua and Barbuda Falcons at the Providence Stadium in Guyana on Tuesday night, with match time set for 7 p.m. Jamaica time. The preliminary stages of the tournament ended on Sunday as the Guyana Amazon Warriors registered a 64-run victory over the Barbados Royals.
Catch it. Brilliant, absolutely outstanding, Samahobian. Good enough surface. Hetty. All over and done with, one delivery. And what an outstanding performance by Gudakesh Moti. 5 for 21. His first fifer in T20 cricket.
Batting first, the Warriors posted 189 for 9, with Shimron Hetmeyer cracking 68 from 39 deliveries. The Guyana Amazon Warriors then bowled out their opponents for 125 inside 19 overs.
Finally, in boxing, Terence Bud Crawford believes he has now silenced every critic after his commanding victory over Saul Canelo Alvarez in Las Vegas over the weekend.
It means a lot to me because, anybody can be a nobody, like I said, and that's all they say I've been fighting is nobodies. So what can they say now? Somebody tell me, what can you say now? You can say congratulations. That's it. What can you say? Any words? Thanks. I bet you did. My time is now, and I'm happy that everything played out the way it did. And you're looking at the undisputed champion of the world right now.
With the victory, Crawford moved his record to 42 wins from 42 fights en route to be crowned undisputed super middleweight champion. Crawford also, in the process, became the first male fighter to become champion in 3 weight classes in the 4-belt era. I'm Alric Swaby.
I'm Cannon. That's your sports.
Power tool, big to small. Jack my figure dig the wall. Our total tools. Beat back a figure trim the lawn. We have everything a job demand. Total tools. We rent them, sell them and fix them. Also give Total Tools a call. When I say home improvement, landscape construction, a Total Tools are your option. Home improvement, landscape construction, Total Tools are your option.
Total Tools located at 102 Main Street, Ocho Rios, 34 Slipe Road, Kingston.
And lot C6 Jackson, St. Anne's Bay. Call us today.
Recapping our top stories making the nationwide world at noon. 18-year-old killed in Upper St. Andrew home invasion. Chief Justice says high rate of case adjournment discourages witnesses from coming forward. NPTAJ supports the school principals and rules against edges. I'm Tona Thomas. You can find the news on our website at www.revanews.ai and on the Reva News app available on Google Play and the App Store. Major news next at 5.
Residents of Jacks River St. Mary, do you want to apply for a title but need to get your land surveyed? The National Land Agency and the VM Foundation are inviting you to a community meeting on Wednesday, September 16, 2025 at Faith Ministries Church, Jacks River St. Mary from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Come and learn how you can have your land surveyed and apply for a title for your property. For more details, call 876-750-5263. The National Land Agency, one goal.
Hi there. Here's some good news for these trying times. Quote, by God's word, I can see where I'm going. They throw a beam of light on my dark path. Unquote. Psalm 119, verse 105. Listen for God's word weekdays at 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. through
Oasis. Stop by for a refreshing drink and share a God perspective for the day.
Oasis. Weekdays 5:45 a.m. and 12:55 p.m. right here on Nationwide, a revolution in media.
The rebroadcast of the Oasis can be heard weekdays at 5:45 a.m.
Is this real? Hey, Greg, come look at this. Oh my, it's happening. Mr. Daniels, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger.
Sir, the clicks are off the charts.
Hello, sales? What's the emergency? 9,000 clicks in one day? 3,000 order? So how much we have left? What? I'll soon call you back. Mr. Nakamoto, it's Danny from Jamaica. I need 5,000 of the big ones. We're back in business.
Yes, sir. Arigato. Suene.
Amplify your brand. Let Nationwide 90 FM assist you in tapping into a captivated audience across our social media platforms. For more information, contact us at 876-630-1210 or sales@nationwidenewsnetwork.com. Businesses, companies, and entrepreneurs, let's supercharge your brand.
Timeline with the stinger, Honey Bee.
Timeline time, it's 12:34 and the stinger is in studio with me. Good afternoon, Honeybee.
Good afternoon, George. How are you doing?
Good, like good. How are you doing?
I am very well. How was your weekend?
Very good, except for the fact that my team were beaten out of sight and beaten senseless on Sunday morning. But apart from that, it was a good weekend.
Wow. Which one I team that?
The Manchester United, man.
Oh, yes, I did hear about that. That fatal loss. That gruesome beating.
You know, like when you with country people, like you go on a yard that you haven't been for a long time.
Yeah.
And like you see, the matriarch sit down at the front, like sit down on the veranda.
Yeah.
And they can go and say, "So, Miss Bertine, how you do?" She say, "Boy, I'm alright, you know. You say everything good? In a one way, me have one foot here give me some problem." I'm Manchester United that.
Oh my gosh, hush. But them can come back, can't they?
Of course, they can.
Yeah.
They can.
But in other more celebratory news,
yeah, man.
But in a festive, but I like it.
Gold medal and sitting.
Yeah, man, listen, Jamaica, a golden Sunday we had. Big up to our phenomenal sprinters. I mean, a lot of people doubted Oblique Civil because them say, one man say, listen, this man are always promising and I do the most, and then when it come down to the time, him not there, but he was there. He was there like a bear, George.
He was there like
Listen,
a bear.
and the beautiful part about it is he wasn't even in the lead.
Yeah.
And that me love, you know.
Yeah.
Because him showed them.
Yeah.
Say.
Yes.
He got it.
Yes.
Listen. Oh my gosh, it was impressive. And of course, big up to Kishane Thompson.
Yes.
What a man.
Yes.
Beautiful man.
1-2.
Yeah. And Tina Clayton.
Oh yes.
Delivered.
Miss Clayton.
Stunning.
Miss Clayton.
Big up Miss Clayton.
Congratulations.
Listen, a passing on of the baton, a beautiful moment between her and Shelly and Fraser. You know, them embracing each other. You know, it was so emotional. I mean, I said, boy, I saw it go. That is how it is.
That's right.
And I am looking forward to seeing Clayton grow more and dominate, you know. And of course, enough love to Sherika Jackson as well.
Of course.
Oh, we love Jacko, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm sure that she's going to put in the work because the thing about this sport and any sport, the injuries, George, is a hell of a thing, man. It can really set you back.
Yeah.
But I believe in them. I believe in our athletes. They're fighters.
There are many gold medals that have not been won by people who suffered injuries which derailed them.
Yeah.
And there are many champions who got an injury and never got back to the level that they were before. So it's a curse. It's a curse.
Indeed. And we are incredibly proud of Shelly and Fraser Price.
That's right.
Fraser Price 6th place finish is a testament to her longevity and determination at the age of 38. Pure class.
38. 30, and still a fire. 38 still a fire.
And strong.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, man.
You can say some things I can't, so there you go.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Wonderful woman. Great. Oh gosh, so if you're watching on Nationwide 90 FM Live 2, you will see us showing some pictures. Here we've got a beautiful collage of Shelly's moments and hairstyles, because that is what she's known for. Her personality, her pizzazz, how she presents. Oh gosh, man. It's a class act. Class act.
Wonderful Jamaican.
Oh,
wonderful Jamaican.
Indeed. All right, so since we're in Japan, all right, did you know that Japan sets a record of nearly 100,000 people aged over 100?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the themselves and perhaps South Korea or Japan alone. I know that the oldest people are from Asia, Southeast Asia, yeah? And if you'd asked me to bet, I'd have wagered that the oldest people live in Japan.
Yeah, man, they do.
Yeah.
And the oldest people in Japan live in Okinawa. And Okinawa is an island sort of like Jamaica. When I went there, I see breadfruit tree, all of these different things, that everything, you know. But Japan...
You were one of the tallest people on the island, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah.
I was. Yes. And, you know, people kept commenting on my features. And I find myself to be very petite.
Yeah.
But because the women there are even more petite than I am,
Yeah.
they would look at me and think that I have curves,
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm like, guys, I'm not even like that in my country. Nobody looks at me like that, okay? But thank you, okay?
Oh
but they set a new record For the 55th year in a row, the number of centenarians in Japan was 99,763 as of September. Of that total, women accounted for an overwhelming 88%.
Wow.
Yes. And now they are at 100,000. Now, Japan has the world's longest living expectancy and is known for often being home to the world's oldest living person, though some studies contest the actual number of centenarians worldwide. It is also one of the fastest aging societies, with residents often having a healthier diet, but extremely low birth rate.
Yeah.
And that are not them.
That are the problem.
You
Them
understand?
now have the picnic.
No. Because a lot of married couples, I think it's about 40-something% of married couples in Japan, do not have sex.
Yeah.
It's
They-
very
go
concerning.
again, run that again.
They do not take part in coitus.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah.
The oldest person in Japan right now is 114 years old, Shigeko Kagawa. Meanwhile, the oldest man is Kiyotaka Mizuno, 111, from the coastal city of Iwata. Kidding, Iwata.
Iwata.
No, it's interesting because 88% are women, George. And it makes you just look at the world and you think to yourself, women are outliving men. But why is that? Do you have a theory?
Women tend to their health, and so health and well-being more than men do. If you look around the world, that's a fact.
Yeah.
And I think that accounts for that. Men take more risks with their health, are more prone to ignoring signs that all is not well because you're a man and you're supposed to tough, soldier on.
Yeah.
So that may be a small part of it.
Yeah.
Given the profile of Okinawa, and it's a home, a haven for old people.
Yeah.
Clifton may be moving to Okinawa very soon.
Wow.
Clifton Hughes, yes, I would suggest when he that Okinawa is
Did I
a
really ship off
good-
Clifton to Okinawa?
he can do the show
so
from
far
Okinawa.
from us?
He can do the show from Okinawa where he'll be among peers.
Well,
Yeah.
we no speak a lick of Japanese.
In Bright Money we learn fast. In Bright we learn fast.
Oh my gosh. But you are right, George. But for me, I also, in addition to that, I think that a lot of men don't talk. A lot of men don't talk. They kind of bottle things in. They
Y'all don't
soldier
allow
on,
us to
as they
talk.
say. I am a listener.
Well, they don't allow us
That
to
is not
talk.
true, George.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Man talk, wait now, a woman goes home. Boy, I have a boss who's such a Chiana, and this happens and that happens and my life is difficult, and the man lay down and him listen to and ting, and he might say, well, I think you should no, be quiet. I'm not talking to you for your advice. I'm talking to you because I want to vent.
So your woman deal with you?
No, my woman, no. That's all. And then that's one instance. Other times she's speaking and he is listening. So why you not say nothing? Why you not suggest nothing? But no, I thought you just wanted me to listen. But the point is, she gets to vent. A man go home go vent, him a mama man. A man go vent, him a simple. A man go talk, him weak.
And that's what
a man go talk, him back jelly. So we just battle it up and just cut and go through.
And you know them have this saying nowadays, all up your stress.
All up your
It's
stress.
ridiculous.
Can
We
you
have to get
imagine
rid of that. We have
but a man
to.
alone will tell them something.
But you see what I'm saying, and that's what I think is killing off our men, and why a lot of men, unfortunately, is suicidal. You know what I mean? We have to stop this messaging. It's not right.
The Mighty Diamond sang about it. They said, "Man was made to suffer.
You're there.
A woman was made to feel the
the
pain." Yeah, but man, suffering away, man. Suffering away.
I don't like that.
No.
I don't.
And that's why we are dead off. And we are dead early. There's nobody to listen to us. Kevin, are you listening to Kevin? Look on the train and run the gang up on you. Nora, Kiara, and Kimon, she love run. Kimon, they love run come on here, eh? Yeah, you can go add to the man's stress. Nobody don't listen to me.
Anyways, Health Minister Takamaru Fukuoka congratulated the 87,784 females and 11,971 male centenarians on their longevity and expressed his gratitude for their many years of contributions to the development of society. Now, the figures were released ahead of Japan's Elderly Day today, September 15, a national holiday. This is how important their centenarians and elderly people are to their society. They have a national elderly day, George, and they often give them a congratulatory letter and a silver cup from the Prime Minister. And before that, it was a gold cup, but they, after so much, they have too much old people.
Too expensive.
They have to cut it down to silver. I'm telling you. Now this year, 52,310 individuals were eligible, the health ministry said.
Excellent. Yeah, a country that treats its elderly well is a country that is blessed.
Amen.
Yeah, and yes, we want to tell Clifton thank you for serving Jamaica for so long, but we can't say them go okay now. We're 15. You understand?
You go on.
Old is but good is. All right, break time. Back with more.
Since 1995, we've been your go-to source for everything related to billiards, amusement machines, and electronics. With locations at 1A Lindsay Terrace, Kingston 10, and the Village Plaza, Big Bridge, Savannah, Lamar, we offer top-quality pool table parts and accessories, cutting-edge gaming machines, and more. We also specialize in assembly, sales, and service of amusement machines. We provide unmatched customer service, expert solutions, and products tailored to your needs. Who are we? We are Eclipse Enterprise. Telephone 876-960-3891.
Residents of Jacks River, St. Mary, do you want to apply for a title but need to get your land surveyed? The National Land Agency and the VM Foundation are inviting you to a community meeting on Wednesday, September 16, 2025 at Faith Ministries Church, Jacks River, St. Mary from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Come and learn how you can have your land surveyed and apply for a title for your property. For more details, call 876-750-5263. The National Land Agency, one goal.
Back with us here on a timeline here on Cliff Hughes Online. What else have you got in the dispatch box?
Well, former Miss Jamaica Davina Bennett struck by vehicle. Did you see that during New York Fashion Week? So unfortunate now. Miss Jamaica and international model Davina Bennett says she is grateful to be alive after being struck by a vehicle just minutes from her home in New York City on Saturday night. Bennett, who was taking part in her first fashion week, shared details of the frightening experience in an Instagram post on Sunday. She said the incident occurred on September 13 after she had walked in a show for stylist Kalana Barfield's collaboration with Target. I stopped at a pedestrian crossing. When the signal came, I stepped off the curb, and that's when I was hit. The next thing I knew, I was waking up in an ambulance, Bennett wrote. She described feeling scared, confused, crying, and in shock. The 2017 Miss Universe second runner-up said her loved ones rushed to the hospital after she called them. Doctors told her it was extraordinary, that she had not suffered any broken bones or fractures, only bruises and pain. I smiled and said, "It's God," Bennett recalled. Now, despite the ordeal, the 29-year-old model expressed determination to continue pursuing her career. "This might be the end of my first fashion week. I'm currently in severe pain, but I'm grateful to be alive. This was unfortunate, but it won't be the end of my journey." Bennett received an outpouring of well wishes from fans and colleagues following her post.
Yo, that's crazy.
Insane.
That's crazy. We actually were early with the news reporting, and the first thing was that how bad is she? Is it bad? Because it would be devastating if we had lost her like this. And thankfully, no broken bones. But you know what the woman says? She's worked so hard for this opportunity.
Our first...
She's peace.
George, like we've had her on our show too on the E-Zone, and we know just how hard she's worked since, being in Miss Universe worked. Because it's not easy to break out as a fashion model.
No.
Okay? You're competing with so many women.
All over the world.
All over the world.
Yeah.
And this is our first fashion show in New York City, and then this happens. But we're incredibly grateful that she's well, and that she not broke up.
Yes.
And she not lose her features, them and so.
Yeah.
And that she can work again.
But people used to always laugh at me how I cross the streets especially Manhattan,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I say, I'm going to stay there about press light and walk out. And also you have to look just to see him.
George?
Yeah? And even when you look and you think you're clear, you walk out, somebody might just...
No, it's no me. I'm gonna tell you straight. I'm afraid for crossroad of firing. Okay. First of all, them they're really too big and broad. All right, I'm in a normal just feel like something like that. I was in Brooklyn the other day, and it said walk. I mean, step out and I want to that. I want to me run out of the road. It's just you have to look. You have to wait. You have to look.
Yeah, and be very cautious.
And be very cautious because there are crazy people on the road.
Oh boy, thankfully, it is not as bad as it initially appeared from the original reports.
Yeah. Indeed. All right, that's it for Timeline today.
Yeah, that's it for Timeline today. All right. Thank you very much. And hold on there. This is Japanese phrase I learned from my friend in Singapore. Wait, go again.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Otsukare sama deshita.
That's why I wait for you to come in and tell me this phrase.
But I don't know if that's it.
Go run it again.
Otsukare sama deshita.
I never that.
Okay.
Standard greeting is what?
Oh, like just saying hello?
Yeah.
Konnichiwa.
And then what? And then you're leaving. You say what?
Sayonara.
And then.
But that's really goodbye.
Yeah. But see you later. Have fun.
See you later. Have fun.
Little more. Thank you very much.
Arigatou gozaimashita.
Thank you very much, my friend. All the best to you. All right. We're going to make way for Oasis with Lloyd Gale. And then at 1 p.m., it will be time for Let's Talk Justice, JFJ produced program. All right? Good afternoon.
You've just heard Cliff Hughes Online.
Like a rock. My hands were steady. My eyes were clear and bright. My walk had purpose. My steps were quick and light. And I held firm to what I felt was right, like a rock. Like a rock. I was strong as I could be, like a rock. Nothing ever got